Hi, I'm Ryby. These are my boobs. I'm gonna write a Sibian on episode 400. Oh my god. The Sibian. The end.
There are some big changes to the Drunken Peasants Patreon that all DP fans should be aware of.
First of all, we now have a $1 perk that gives you access to our patrons-only feed. See exclusive photos and get behind-the-scenes access to the peasants, all for only $12 a year.
The $5 perk, as always, gives you access to our monthly private show. It's a whole other episode of DP just for you.
The $10 perk is DP commentary on a film, TV series, or video game every month. Past examples of commentaries include Troll 2, Masters of the Universe, and the unreleased Fantastic Four movie from the 90s.
The DP Discord Smoke Sesh has gone down from $50 to $25. You can hang out with the peasants and chat them up on Discord.
For $50, you get your name immortalized by DP on air once a month, and you get a free pass to access DP on demand.
For $75, DP will shill your product, service, or YouTube channel on the show live. It's absolutely insane for a show our size to sell advertising this cheap, and slots are limited, so get at it.
For $100, you get to come on the show and join us for the segment of your choice. And remember, all patrons of $5 and up are eligible to win the green ticket, a chance to hang out with the peasants and be on the show live in studio. Experience the magic of stoner degenerates watching videos live and in person. You must be 21 or older to win.
You should also know about new goals, like the 48-hour show, a US tour, and even a DP movie. For more information, check out patreon.com/DP.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This podcast is made possible by the support of viewers like you. You can support this podcast on Patreon by using the Amazon links in our description section to do your shopping, by signing up for Loot Crate using our official link, or by contributing via Super Chat if you're watching us live. If you have a video or suggestion for the Drunken Peasants, please label it clearly and send it to the Drunken Peasants Facebook inbox. You may also send fan art and pictures of you wearing or sporting our merchandise. Please do not send personal messages, as these will be deleted unread. Thank you for supporting the show. And with all that shit out of the way, here is the Drunken Peasants Podcast. Cast.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist?
It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Hello, everybody.
Fucking
Welcome to the
thing
Drunken
sucks.
Peasants Podcast, episode 400. I am Ben Pye. I am joined by Kaiser, Scotty, Billy the Fridge, Joe, Jeff Holiday, and JF.
From downtown.
Really quick here, we're going to get into the show. I just want to remind everyone there's a link in the description to access DP on demand. You can check out the post show that's recorded after almost every episode. There's also the Onision private show, the Brett Keane special. Ask the Kirks was just posted there. The segment where Scotty and TJ ask questions from the DP audience. Paul also puts a weekly gaming video up there. Check that out. Follow us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitch. We are also streaming on Twitch right now. Make sure you are subscribed to us both on Twitch and on YouTube, and like the stream. And yeah, we'll get underway here. So what was that you said, JF, before we got started? You said something about something Jeff was doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a problem on Twitter with Jeff Holiday here. He's been slandering me, attacking my credentials, and claiming that I was incapable academically. And then this fake shitlord who poses only as the shitlord he wish he was. I make some research on him. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think Jeff is muted still, just in case.
Okay, well, yeah, that's good because I have
There we go.
something to tell him.
Okay,
Please, by all means, please.
I make some research on him. I discovered that academically, he's pretty much where I was when I was 23 years old, and he's 35, and there he is attacking
true.
my credentials.
When did I
And,
attack your credentials? When did that happen?
Well, when you claim that I was unable to continue a career in biology, I just wanted to tell you, Jeff, by the time you were singing as a drag queen in your local gay bar, I'd already finished what you're trying to accomplish right now. And
But
by
I'm
the
not
time
trying to
you had
accomplish
figured
anything
out-
right now. What I'm trying to
All the
accomplish
time-
right now is my YouTube channel, which is significantly larger than yours.
Oh, great. So you finally abandoned this idea of being accomplished in academia. That's fine.
Apparently you did too. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
apparently you did
and
too.
by
That's
your-
fair.
By your own standard, it seems that you're an utter failure. So that's the question I wanted to start this show with.
Actually, I have a lot of questions for you too. So
Jeff-
one of the main problems that we have
Jeff,
here too,
can I at
the
least ask
DP the DP community seems to have this problem. You seem to have changed quite a bit since you were a beloved guest. You haven't been on for a while. I think it's not since what was it? April? It's about April, wasn't it?
Can I ask my question?
Actually, no, you can't.
Okay.
Let's go tit
So
for
this
tat.
is not surprising coming
Yeah,
from-
we can go tit for tat.
Hold on.
We can go tit for tat.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, so who goes first,
Hmm.
Scotty?
I'd say,
Call
Jeff, why don't you just finish, and then JF, you ask your question. I'm sure it's a thought-provoking question. JF always has good questions. He's a good little goblin.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so my main question is, what is the impetus that has caused you to open up a dialogue with very notable people in the alt-right? What attracts you to wanting to speak with them?
Oh, well, I'm interested in any human being who has respectable opinions, and so I listen to them. I look at what they have to say. I look at the truth of what they have to say.
So why do
And
you
I
Dave
didn't-
Rubin on them?
Sorry, what?
Why do you go Dave Rubin on them?
Why
You're
do
a
I go
you're a
Dave Rubin?
biologist. You're a biologist, but you don't challenge anything that they say. You had the alternative hypothesis on, and you didn't challenge a single thing that he said.
Well, first,
one-
that is not true. I didn't challenge his factual statements. So his factual statements, I didn't challenge them because they are true. Unless you want here to prove that the alternative hypothesis is wrong about some of their interpretation, I'd be happy to address this. But
Seems
as
that
far
there's
as I
there's
know,
a physiological phenotypic type of a brain that is present specifically in white people that makes them libertarian. And he states this full force in your stream with you, and you did not address it whatsoever. You left it completely unchallenged. Why would
that
you
is
do
a
that?
straw man. He never stated
That is
this
not a
on
straw
my show.
man. Yes, he did. I watched it literally right before we started. Maybe you
No,
should maybe you should go back and reacquaint yourself with your own actions, the things that you yourself have actually done. That would be maybe beneficial.
What he raised is an hypothesis which is absolutely viable, which is to say that there are certain political behaviors that are.
A PhD in biology.
Can I finish my sentences, guys? Because
Look, you're the biologist. You have a PhD in biology. Now, when somebody says something that is blatantly false and absolutely dog shit hypothesis, you tear it apart as a biologist because that way you're actually expressing truth. You had no problem doing it to Kraut and T. Why wouldn't you do it to the alternative hypothesis?
it is
What's
not
the
a dog shit. Can I speak? It is not a dog shit hypothesis to claim that white people may have certain features in their political behavior that differs across from other races. It is
There
a
is-
viable
there's
hypothesis.
physiological-
There's no reason to reject it.
There is absolutely, if he's saying there's a physiological reason for it, that our genes are expressing us in a way that make us as white people want to be libertarian.
But
Actually-
you're strawmanning because you didn't say that.
That's what he said, dude. That is what he said. You cannot just say that is a straw man because you don't want to have to answer the question. I'm sorry, but that's fact. That's
No,
what
it's a
he
straw
said.
man. I will not address a straw man unless you show me a quote and you strawman him,
okay.
just like you strawman
Here's-
Tara McCarthy, by the way.
I run away from the question. Let me ask you a question. So, do you believe that IQ is a good predictor for intelligence?
Well, typically we define intelligence around what IQ measures.
Sure.
Personally,
And
I don't like IQ. I'm an IQ skeptic. I believe that there's lots of complexity in animal behavior that is not captured by IQ, specifically in humans too, but also across all animals. So I'm not a big fan of IQ.
Okay, I am exactly the same. I believe that it is a good predictor for intelligence, but I am a bit of an IQ skeptic as well. So I think we share in that quite a bit. But do you feel like genes themselves will influence intelligence?
It's pretty undoubtable that genes have an impact on intelligence. The variability between different genes in the human population seems to be one of the causes of differences in intelligence. You can see that in twin studies.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then the big question, and this is the one that is probably one of the most important ones, and this is the one that really hinges on where I would define your credibility when you're talking about these issues as a biologist. What percentage do you feel, with the available scientific data, do genes play in a role for intelligence? What percentage?
Well, I've explained that this question doesn't make sense in my discussion with the alternative hypothesis. So I would refer anyone who wants the answer to go see the whole video. But in short, percentages.
But I didn't really have a problem with what you said specifically in regards to that. But I'd like
percentages do not make sense when you ask about nature versus nurture. It's not percentages. You have to understand the idea of multiple causality. So, of course, everything in your brain has been caused by some genes, because if the genes weren't there, there would be no brain. I guess we agree with this basic fact that genes are one of the causes of everything that you are.
Of course, genes encode for proteins. Proteins build the body, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, no, I understand.
But if there was no sugar in the environment or no oxygen, you wouldn't have a brain either. And so everyone has to recognize that what we are is a combined product of multiple causes, some of these causes being genetic, some of these causes being non-genetic.
Environmental.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. So, at what point would you dismiss a hypothesis as just say there's no evidence, there's nothing sound to this? I just don't think there's any. This is worth investigating. Is it just not any available evidence, not any replicable evidence? Like, what is the standard you would say?
Well, I have different words for this. I have the words possibilities, probabilities, and certainty. And so a hypothesis can be on possibility and can be very weird. I mean, it's possible that the entire universe rests on the back of a purple pony. It's possible.
Sure.
I don't have...
Yeah, you're talking about physics. Yeah, there's minute probabilities that suddenly you could fly into outer space. Sure, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's what I use. I don't use whether I reject an hypothesis. I reject an hypothesis if it is absolutely impossible. I consider it as part of the space of possibilities as long as it's not been proven to be impossible.
So let me ask you another question. Like, the main reason why I'm asking these original questions is kind of like trying to set the stage, because there are a lot of people in the DP community who are worried because they think that you've gone full race realist. A lot of it is because of the people that you've been talking to, people you've been hanging out with, especially like that half Arab alt-right wanker who delights in trying to take the piss out of me quite a bit. Now,
who's that?
Braving Ruin. Yeah, he's a self-hating half Arab. It's honestly pretty hilarious. But so the thing though is, when we had one interaction on Twitter, it's our initial interaction that we ever had on Twitter, and I did poke at you a little bit. The reason why I did was, it seemed that you were coming to the defense of Tara McCarthy, and I'm curious as to why you would do that, because you came at me aggressively and angry because it seemed to be it's Twitter, so obviously the tone is lost. It's all text. That you had a problem with something that I said about Tara McCarthy. But as you watched my video, it was later vindicated that it was, in fact, that is what she said. She was calling for the murder of somebody.
Well, first, my first tweet was a question. So I was asking, what is the evidence that supports your claim? I wasn't sure at that time because someone had sent me your claim on my live stream. It was basically one of my audience just sent me the link and I just clicked on it and I saw your claim and I was like, well, this is not supported. And I was looking 5 minutes around that claim in that video. It was not supported. It turned out that you were supporting that claim 15 minutes later in the video. And so that's why I was asking the question. Now, I was still unsatisfied by the answer I received because it seems that in this video, you claim that Tara McCarthy calls for the murder of non-white people
She
when
does.
it's not what she said. That's a straw man of the quote that you showed of her.
Right.
So the reason I'm engaging in that discourse is simply to improve public discourse. If you disagree with Tara McCarthy, that's great, but you don't need to straw man her. You would make your case much strongly if you were not to misrepresent what she said. She was talking about shooting immigrants.
Let me tell you something about Tara McCarthy. Tara McCarthy is somebody who believes that interracial marriages and families are the same as bestiality. She's the kind of person
absolutely unrelated.
They are absolutely related. Because here's the thing: you honestly, apparently, don't know who Tara McCarthy is. She has outright stated many times that European means white. She has said that many times. Same thing that your buddy, the Alternative Hypothesis, says. European means white. So when she says, "I want the Royal Navy to kill any non-European coming into Europe," she is saying, "I want them to murder non-white people who are trying to come into Europe," which is not only a titanically stupid fucking thing to say, but incredibly fucking racist.
That's your straw man.
And
she said
a straw man that is supported by everything that she says, and she sure seems to like you a whole lot, and it's really troubling to me and a lot of other people.
I'm not bothered by the fact that someone with different views than me likes me. You're trying to poison the well and to do guilt by association. There, I still maintain my position. By saying that she had called for the murder of non-whites, you strawman her. And you would be incredibly more efficient as a public speaker if you were to accurately represent the opinions of your opponents. And I would Jeff,
I would much better.
Just like I was on your first videos. I really liked you back then.
I liked you too before you were hanging out with these fucking alt-righters and trying to like fucking make excuses for them. You got this chick who's saying that black people are fucking dogs, and then you have a problem with me because I'm taking the piss out of her because I strawmanned her, which I didn't. Now your ignorance on it, your ignorance on who Tara McCarthy is and what she thinks Europeans is not my fucking problem. But that is what it is. That is what she means. That has been demonstrated multiple times. Her own words. I didn't make her say European means white. She said it without my compulsion whatsoever. So no, it's not a straw man. Whether you
so
actually...
This is a totally different conversation, and you have no basis to claim that it was her intent to say that. I find that it's a non-interesting debate. I think we could talk about principles. I've been personally alarmed by some of the things that you're proposing in your recent series of videos. So if you want, we can move on to principles, because I maintain my position. You strawman her. Of course, you may argue, oh, she's so bad that she deserves to be strawman. But as an intellectual, I believe that's the wrong way to go.
Fuck Tara McCarthy.
So I was thinking if you guys, because we're not going to do this for the whole show. We will do like our normal show eventually, but I thought maybe, should I just give you guys each maybe like 5 minutes and then 5-minute rebuttals after that? I can put a timer on the screen.
I think this next segment for 2 minutes each, we need the biological question answered. Are traps gay? Biologically speaking.
We've looked at the question for 8 hours on my live stream, and after looking at all the facts, we've concluded not all traps.
I actually watched quite a bit of that, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, though. To be honest with you, I did. You know, this is the thing that's unfortunate. Like, I have been a fan of you, JF, for a very long time. Especially like your early appearances on DP. Like I was saying, you won your rap battle against whatever that dude's name that I keep forgetting.
G-Man.
G-Man, right. You're obviously a better rapper than G-Man. I do think you're a very smart person. I absolutely do. I don't think you're dumb, not at all. But if you were to ask me, do I have an emotional reaction to some of these topics and some of these people that you and I are both having to interact with in various different ways? Yes, of course I do. I have a very strong emotional reaction to it. Is that a failing of mine? Possibly, potentially, yes. But that's also my style. That is how I choose to use my channel. If I choose to basically drop Tara McCarthy, aka blacks are fucking dogs and they're inhuman, let's fucking kill them, and I decide to lay her down and take a giant steamy shit on her face, that's my prerogative. You can go have a conversation with her. That's fine. But it's kind of weirding some people out. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your channel. You can do whatever it is that you want. But it is troubling, and it made me nervous enough about it that I wanted to ask certain questions to establish whether or not you bought into the biological science of race realism. Now, I don't know if it's got a satisfactory answer, but that's why I was getting into it. And we would probably have to debate for a long time to really get into the gritty of it.
It's fine to ask questions, and as far as race realism goes, as I remind people on my Twitter, everyone is a race realist. Everyone believes that races exist. Unless you're a race denialist, you're gonna have to accept that races exist. If you think that Asian women are more likely to lead to Asian babies and black women are more likely to lead to black babies, you're a race realist. Now the question of
sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, and now the other questions are, okay, so what do races encompass in terms of difference of behavior? And then we fall on the controversial subject of IQ. I don't mind saying that some races have higher IQ than others, because ultimately I don't back societal decisions being based on IQ.
No, neither would I. That's a fucked up idea.
Yeah. So I don't have moral issues with agreeing with the alt-right on the facts, because I know where my morals are. And if people are shocked on my channel by just engaging with these ideas with good faith and listening to these people as human beings, which is what they are, I'm doing my job when I bring them.
I'm friends with Matthew Buddha. You're friends with Matthew Buddha. I'm friends with Matthew Buddha. I'm fine with having conversations with people, but maybe I'm tone policing you a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm tone policing you because I feel like as an academic with the credentials that you hold, I would have rather you attacked some of these issues that I saw as extremely troubling with the same vitriol that you did Krauts. Because you did not have any problem taking your gloves off for Kraut, but it feels like to me, and it's not just me, but I'm only going to speak for me. It feels like you're much more forgiving for people on the alt-right than you are for somebody like Kraut and T.
All right. So we're going to move on in a second. If you guys want to just finish it up, you guys can, you can respond, JF, to what he just said, and then say anything else you want. And then Jeff can say one last thing, and then we're moving
If
on.
you ask me, I think Jeff is trying to salvage what is left of his dwindling reputation on DP.
I think Joe is trying to deflect from the fact that I am seriously going to fuck you in the ass when I come into Seattle.
You should have thrown in straw man. That would have been perfect.
Fuck. I'll fuck your straw man. Yeah, no, Jesus Christ.
Straw man's gay.
Go on, JF.
I will recognize that I was probably a little bit more harsh in my response to you on Twitter than I needed to be. I'll concede that. I'm not a very nice person on Twitter.
Yeah, that was fine. I survived.
It's good. That's good.
Is there anything else anyone wants to say regarding this?
I can't believe Jeff is making me like a racist.
I think we should fucking settle this in Mortal Kombat. You guys just fight to the death. Whoever comes on top. Well, I'm looking for primitive shit, dude. I don't like. There's a lot of fancy words being thrown around here. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. The two monkeys fight. Whatever monkey's left standing, like that's the monkey I back. Like, all right, that one survived. The other one's dead. Let's move on.
We're in a room full of $10 words and $2 blowjobs.
All right, so we're moving on.
Let's have a good show. Fuck it.
Let's go find this hater, put a bullet in this fucking head.
Oh, you like me now? I'm the only critic with the good kind of fairy drama.
That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
All right, here's the first video we have in the cringe rap segment.
Welcome home 619. Oh shit.
He's a realtor.
What?
Welcome to the 619 San Diego, the place where the tourists come and say you should go. Got beaches, fine dining, hiking and Legos. Even killer whales are nice and playful. Now, not too long ago, the housing market fell flat. Foreclosures, toxic loans, and all of that.
This is so sad.
With the death of the American dream. Home ownership is back. Now
Colombian Alex Jones.
The rules are really no longer the same. Basic fundamentals is the name of the game. It's not about buy, hold, flip for rookie. It's about building a home or positive.
I think one of my biggest cringe like moments is when people rap under their breath.
That's what
like they recorded it.
Like this.
Yeah. I don't want to wake up my wife. She's in the next room, but I really want to rap about San Diego because I'm a fucking lame. What's Monopoly though? Monopoly?
Once said,
He's got
you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Set your goal, write it down, continue forward. Your American dream, your daily routine, working hard every day.
You know,
the future you'll build.
It's not often that I think an N-word, like a nice dropping an N-bomb, would make a rap better. Very rarely am I like, this white guy should just drop the N-bomb right now. But
dude, just drop another rapper in his place. Fuck, dude. This guy, I don't even know what the fuck he's doing.
I'm sorry, Billy. The N-bomb?
The N-bomb.
What is that?
It's
Could you elaborate?
It's the
if
word.
If you are a racist realist, the N-bomb is the only appropriate term for a black man.
Damn it.
In my opinion.
Provide for your family a castle from Skittles, a place to raise the kids, or a cash flow machine. Which do you prefer?
Which do you prefer?
You know what that means. Take ownership of your city. That's right. Buy a piece.
All right.
Buy a piece.
Yeah. So if you had to rate it,
this guy has way too much money to be this like unaware. Is that the word? This is really bad, and he should know better. He should know better. He's getting a strong 2. A strong 2.
A Jeff Holiday out
2
of
out 10. 2 out of 10.
Fuck off, Joe.
JF is a one-time rap battle winner on Drunken Peasants.
I heard he's undefeated.
Yeah, he's undefeated. You guys should.
Yeah.
JF, this guy right here, is he inspiring you? Do you look up to him? Is he like your Biggie Smiles?
The problem is confidence and camera angle.
So as a racist, what do you say when a white guy does something this lame? You have to own that too, right?
Yeah. It's part of my family of rap I have to recognize.
All right, this one's called The Complete Rape Rap.
Oh, God. Did I record this? Is this one of mine?
Hey, it's DJ Drake here. Raise your hand if you hate rape. All right, let's do this.
Raise your hands if you hate rape.
Rape is a criminal offense.
No shit.
What is this?
Screen rotating. What's going on?
Was a punk kissing
I can't believe it. Jeff is making me like racism, and this girl's making me like rape. What's next?
Put away that don't make me possible.
Is this a girl?
When you start laughing in the middle of your rap, I think you're already losing. Is this just trolling, dude? Is this actually for real?
Is this troll or not a troll or cringe rap?
I couldn't decide which one to put it in.
Like,
I'll tell you what,
so
though.
bad.
This girl right here disgusts me, and I wouldn't even rap her.
Ooh, good reference.
Oh, good one.
No, now I'm deeper than mental issues. I need a box of
This is a boy.
Johnny
This might be leafy.
It's a trap.
Now he has a criminal offense and spends life in annex.
Look at
How is this? Is why I gave the last guy a 2 out of 10 because I wanted to make sure that there was room to go lower. This is 1 out of 10.
Power is a root cause of rape.
Power is
this is a troll.
Nobody rapes for pleasure. They always rape for power. That's what every rape victim has told me.
All right, here's the next one. Here's the last one.
Good evening, folks. Welcome aboard Southwest Airlines Flight 372, service to Oklahoma City. Those of you that have flown us before know that we do things a little bit differently here on Southwest.
People have to sit through this. They can't just leave. It's the law to listen to this guy right now.
I, unfortunately, can do none of those. So here's the one thing that I do know.
They're probably going to Orlando. They're going to try to enjoy their trip, and now they have to be fucking... And, like, they know you're a captive audience. Like, you have to listen to this shitty rap. You have to. You cannot tune this out.
There's no other option. They haven't even passed out the earplugs yet.
Plug them in and you'll hear my mixtape. We're taking away the movies.
We're going to shake things up.
Look at that! That girl is pissed!
A little audience participation.
He's trying to rap.
Not going to go over well at all.
Oh, you think?
That old white guy needs to participate.
Well, throw your Jesus Christ is my...
So, here's what I need, especially you guys in the front, because you know what's coming. All right, I need a beat, all right? All I need you to do is stomp and clap, and I'm going to do the rest, because I've had 5 flights today, and I just cannot do the regular boring announcement again.
All right, get on with it, dude.
So,
let's do it.
You guys with me? All right.
Are you
so
with me?
Stomp, clap, clap. Come on, stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Stay on beat there. There you go. Keep that going.
Hippie to the hippie, the hip, hip.
That's right. 372 on SWA. The flight attendant's on board serving you today. Teresa in the middle, David in the back. My name is David, and I'm here to tell you that shortly after takeoff, first things first, there's soft drinks and coffee to quench your thirst. But if you want to...
Look at people cringing like, oh, God.
I think, you know what, he gets a higher rating than other people. He got a bunch of old white dudes
he's
who's
definitely in, like...
This is
I'm
good.
giving him
All
at
right,
least a
we'll
5.
clap along
At
to
least a
this.
5.
Another kind of drink, then just holler. Alcoholic beverages will be
The disclaimer
$4.
lacked
If a
confidence,
Monster
though.
Energy drink is your plan, that'll be $3, and you get the whole can. We won't take your cash, you gotta pay with plastic. If you have a coupon, then that's fantastic. We know you're ready to get to new places. Open up the bins, put away your suitcases. Carry on items, go under the seat in front of you, so none of you are things by
Black
your
dude
feet.
focused on looks like trouble. He's like, do I have to do this to be on the
Yeah.
flight? Or am I getting in trouble if I don't? Like everyone
Yeah.
else, is like this is fun. He's like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm fucking clapping, guys. I'm not suspicious.
It's such a shitty thing to like wait until people have to like actually be physically bound and restrained somewhere before you make them listen to your rap. That's fucked up, dude.
That's what you do with your arguments.
Ooh, that's what I'm gonna do to you when I fuck your face. Ooh.
And to all the white women that want to show me some love, meet me in the bathroom for the Mile High Club.
Damn.
Bars. Bars.
Ooh.
All right, we're going to move on.
Oh damn, we played this a little late.
Yeah. Okay. This one actually has the same title as one of TJ's old videos. It's called Banned from McDonald's.
What's up, bitches? Nobody know all here. What's poppin', guys?
I know this.
Why do you have 7
So I got,
greetings? You know video's gonna suck when someone has greeted you 7 times already.
What's up? Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? What's up, guys? So and so here that no one knows. What's popping? What's going on? What's down? Come on, what's shaking? Hey guys, what's up?
Banned from McDonald's.
Who needs
and
a comb?
Thought I'd, before work and stuff, because I have a little bit of time. I'm here a little
Oh, thank you for having a little bit of time and taking all of our time, you piece of shit.
Fucking nowhere here. The middle of nowhere alley where everybody hangs out.
Get to the point, you fuck.
For their job.
Fucking Christ.
So I
He
got
is
banned from
trolling.
McDonald's, and the story behind this is actually pretty interesting.
I bet it's
So
not.
I'm going up to McDonald's, I'm getting my fucking McNuggets, my fucking McShake, dip those nuggets in, and my fucking fry to dip to the shake again, because I'm a disgusting ass motherfucker. That's why.
It's a troll. Nobody dips their nuggets into the shake. That's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
fucking troll.
What the fuck, dude? That doesn't go together, man. Like even if you seriously
Billy,
did
do
that,
people
you're an
dip
idiot
nuggets
with
in
putting them on your
shakes?
I might have dipped a nugget, but I'm really fat.
Yeah, Billy, I'm about to say you're really fat, dude.
I'm
You're not-
really
you're
fat.
the exception, not the rule.
I looked at him and he's looking at me like,
I've
don't
dipped
ask
some
me.
nuggets. Frosties at Wendy's are like,
For reals, dude.
Yeah.
For reals.
I've dipped it. I've dipped fries in my shake a lot. I think I've done a nugget. I got bacon in a milkshake one time. They put bacon
I'm
in it.
understanding why you're fat now, Billy. You're like,
Oh, dude, honestly,
so bad.
you get this fat and you just get bored of regular food, so you start doing things just to piss your stomach off. It's bad.
I didn't think about it from that perspective, but yeah, that makes sense.
It's really bad.
Is it? Is
a
it
troll?
I agree.
Yeah, this guy is a troll. I'm gonna say troll because he's such a fucking shithead. I don't even want to watch the rest of this video. I got kicked out of McDonald's
All right,
because here's the story. Fuck you, die.
So is JF actually going to give a decisive answer? No, he's not. I knew it.
I must study the video for more.
No, he's never committed to troll or not a troll ever. Never once.
No, I think that
He is
there are
about the
certain
fray.
circumstances where you just dip a nugget in the shake. Maybe you wanted to be provocative, but I wouldn't classify him as a troll.
I bet you JF is not JF. He's
I
the
know
longest
how to
running
trick at
troll so
McDo.
far.
When I was young, I was spending my teenage years at McDo, trying all sorts of tricks. Like I could use a
You
lighter
were turning
to
tricks?
pop a balloon from the straws at McDo.
Did you just say you were turning tricks at McDonald's?
I was trying tricks.
I think he said he got raped by Ronald McDonald.
I was about
All
to
right.
say, Jesus Christ,
So
man. You
most
should at least
people say
tutor
troll.
Joe here. Joe's been trying to make money.
Yeah, Joe already makes money turning tricks all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe made $7 today for jerking me off.
He was like, all right, Andy.
Yeah, before Joe met Andy Dick, Andy Dick's name was just Andy.
They just messaged me and they said Joe was basically Egghead with 20% less desperation.
Whoa.
There's no desperation whatsoever. There's zero. All right. You know what? Normally we play this segment towards the end, but this is so good. I'm just going to go right into it.
Oh my god.
Cutting the fat.
All right.
And I'm gonna get a fucking video when me and TJ go to the Renaissance Festival, which is coming up around where we live, of him getting. I'm like, TJ, fetch me a turkey leg. Then I'll be eating it then I'll throw it on the ground. Clean it up, peasant.
All right.
That's on demand right there.
Succumb to comfort, a glass womb encompassing all, burning down aspirations for a world unchained.
TJ is worrying me. I'm really worried about TJ.
TJ had a phase where he made a channel, but he stopped updating it for the dumbest reason. He forgot the login, and he was like, "I don't know what the login is, guys." So
How old is this one?
Oh god, this is probably like 8 or 9 years old.
Oh man, Jesus!
Only the Leviathan is allowed to reign. Only the slave class is allowed to remain.
This is some Alex Jones shit, TJ.
Yeah,
TJ was like, he was. You know what? TJ was a libertarian about this time, so dude, this might be his Alex Jones shit going on. Like
when we had
Prison
armored,
Cities.
when we had Armored Skeptic on, we played the one that he just made up off the top of his head, and it started off with him wanting to rape someone and ended with him cutting them open and being the baby inside of their womb. So,
oh my god,
yeah,
I like that actually. I saw that one. That was. I put that in my favorites on YouTube.
Honestly, like emo TJ's poetry just kind of it makes me feel like he's reading my live journal from 1996. You know.
You know, there's got to be some fans out there though that like listened to it when it first came out and they just like ate up every second of it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Maybe got tattoos of it.
You're supposed to post Manson USA, a defunct Manson site, and people loved it. People loved this shit back then. It was not received in it was not negative. The feedback was pretty positive, if I remember correctly.
School shooter TJ.
So when you burn it down, Anderson, what are you left with?
People are discriminating against wolves.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
TJ, are you with me?
And you better well learn to love it.
All right. Actress accuses George H.W. Bush of sexual assault.
Former
HW.
President George H.W. Bush is responding to allegations being made by an actress who is
from the actress standing next to him in this picture.
Is that a dick bulge or is that a diaper? Is HW packing or is he wearing a diaper?
I'm going with diaper at this age, dude.
Oh
You
man,
know what? Nothing's gonna happen to him. Why even accuse him? Like, look at him now. He's grandpa now, dude. He's eating applesauce. He's shitting in his diapers. Come on.
He doesn't even know where the fuck he is. What the fuck?
You say that, but Bill Cosby's racking up points right now, so I don't know if age is a limiting factor on the molestation.
Bill Cosby seems to be doing better than HW. I think Bill Cosby's a little younger too. I think George
and Bill Cosby drugged and raped people. All George Bush did was like grab this girl's ass or something.
Bill Cosby can still walk too.
She's got a bit of a Katy Perry thing going on. Like she's kind of.
Look at both of them. Can you really blame him at this point? It's like, what has he got left to lose? He's like 90-something years old.
It may have happened during this picture, as a matter of fact. Where's his hand?
I think it was.
Where is his hand? She looks like a fucking puppet.
Hold on,
his hand's up her ass.
They'll tell
accusing him of sexual assault. Heather Lind describes an incident during a photo op where the nation's 41st president allegedly, quote, touched her inappropriately from his wheelchair. A spokesman for President Bush issuing a second statement, which reads, at age 93, President Bush has been confined to a wheelchair for roughly 5 years. His arms fall on the lower waist of people with whom he takes pictures. To try to put people at ease, the president routinely tells the same joke, and on occasion, he has patted women's rears in what he intended to be a good-natured manner. Some have seen it as innocent, Others clearly view it as inappropriate. To anyone he has offended, President Bush apologizes most sincerely.
He did it, dude. So he did it.
Do they say what his joke is? In this
I
clip?
heard it. You know what? I hope they say it, but I've heard it before.
Has not responded to CNN.
It's so simple. He gets ready for the photograph and shit, and a pretty girl's standing next to him. He's like, "Hey, anybody want to guess what my favorite magician is? David Copperfield." And like
waka. That's not the joke. I talked to Bush. I know the joke. He told the joke to me before grabbing my ass. The joke is, have you seen this bulge? Have you seen this bulge? A president came out of this bulge.
Actually,
how would you like a president to come in your bulge?
Actually, the joke is not a joke at all. He says it's either you or Barbara.
Request.
Well, we know, Ben. We know which one you're gonna choose with that one, though, dude. Let's be honest. Dude.
Yeah.
You like them old?
The period sex, dude.
I had a dream that I had period sex with Barbara Bush.
What was it? Was it like the period of 1920 to 1927?
That's what I'm saying. Barbara Bush doesn't have periods anymore.
It was a period piece.
But maybe it was. I don't know.
She doesn't have periods. She just has cobwebs.
See, it was the Roaring 20s. Ben Pye was dancing all over Aleister Crowley's granddaughter's vajayjay.
She's like the granddaughter of Aleister Crowley, right?
I don't think so.
I heard that rumor. It's got to be true. Masons rule the world.
Sounds about right.
Sounds like something Mason would say, Billy.
Damn right, Scottish right.
All right, let's see.
And then fake fucking news. He didn't do shit. He's innocent.
Albuquerque resident alley littered with bottles of urine.
Neighbors say they're used to people dumping trash in the alley behind their homes.
TJ moved to Albuquerque and informed us.
You know what? I love that fucking story about how you were going to throw the cup at TJ and you've never seen him run so fast in your life.
Dude. Well, he actually dodged it because, like, there was like a fucking huge, a large Burger King cup that TJ just left it in there. So I'm like, I'm going to throw this at TJ. Fuck this piece of shit. We had some fucking dispute. And I went to toss it, and TJ's like, and he fucking like jumped like a fucking cat. Like he had cat-like reflexes. If anyone has met TJ in real life, you know TJ is like a big lumbering O. And TJ was like, did some fucking DBZ fucking shit. And I'm like, why'd you fucking do that? He's like, dude, we gotta clean this up. We gotta clean this up right fucking now. I'm like, there's some water, isn't it? He's like, no, dude, it's fucking piss. I don't fucking feel like having to fucking walk all the way to the bathroom. So I just fucking piss in cups and whatever I can find. And we literally have a studio in us that there's no bathroom in it, so TJ has to walk his ass inside. So he's just been pissing in bottles in the studio. And I'm like, TJ, why is there a bottle of piss in the fucking studio? He's like, dude, I gotta walk all the way to the fucking house.
Geniuses can't be bothered with going to the restroom every fucking time they have to pee.
Man. Billy,
not like this.
On an airplane. You don't just get up, dude. You fucking piss in your fucking seat. Save some fucking time, dude.
It's not only disgusting, it's dangerous. But the city says it's not their problem. News 13's Lizzie Mitri shows you this mess that no one wants to clean up.
Jessica, Dean, it's not just a pile of trash.
Why that broad look like a young Hillary Clinton?
Whoa.
Bunch of bottles that showed up overnight in an alley are filled with urine.
We consistently in this area have people dumping.
That guy did it.
Never like
It's not how Richard Raycraft would have liked to start his day.
I agree.
Yeah,
he looked proud. He's like, people are consistently dumping in this area. They're putting these nasty bottles of piss. I don't know who did it personally, but they're fucking putting it right here.
They're sliding their big old dicks up into the Pepsi bottles and just filling them.
Yeah, the guy who did this must have a huge cock. I'm not saying it was me. Just saying that he probably did.
It's got to have a big one.
Get too close.
He made sure to leave his rape van in the back so you could see it.
He drove into the alley behind his home near
come on, that's not a
Polanite,
real vehicle.
25 at 6 this morning. He heard bottles crunching under his tires as they burst open. He says spilling out urine.
You can smell it
I'm
here.
more and more convinced. This guy just happened to be driving in an alleyway randomly, and he drove over bottles of piss. And his first instinct was like, I better call the fucking local news. Let's get them on the case.
Swear to God, there's 47 bottles of piss here.
But when you break one or two of those bottles,
There's
This could be my big break.
I
was going to 2 of those bottles.
It's a fucking alleyway. Why do you give a shit with bottles of fucking piss in it?
99 bottles of piss on the wall. 99 bottles of piss.
2 cities have I just seen people whip out their dicks and piss. One is Amsterdam and one is Seattle. And you know what the reaction in both places was? No one gave a shit. But this guy suddenly cares that someone dumped a bunch of fucking piss bottles in an alleyway. Dude, this guy did this. He's so fucking guilty.
I swear, yeah, he had it in his van, and he's like, I was going to take it to the dump, but this could be my big break.
Hey, Bob, on TV, you didn't have to shoot a score.
Slowly driving my F-150 over bottles of piss is my fetish.
Some pervert peed in bottles and threw it in my van. So I put it in this alleyway here.
If she jumps in that pile and makes snow angels, this is the greatest video in the history of the internet.
Hundreds of bottles here, and you can see just
one girl, 50 bottles.
how disgusting it looks. But lucky for you, you can't experience the smell.
If you've ever been somewhere where people pee outside a lot.
Sorry, I feel so bad for
Just
this chick
multiply
having to
that
like
1,000
stand there and do a news report like wafting piss smells.
But bottles of urine?
Dude, the Jews did it. Look, that guy's clearly a Jew, dude. This fucking Jew clearly. Well, I take it back. I'm sorry. And look, I am part Jewish, so I can say this.
This is Salman Rushdie. I low-key want to do a rap video now with a bunch of piss bottles in like an alleyway. That's kind of hardcore. This is some cool shit.
Dude, and the fucking ending making you drain one of the bottles, dude.
Yeah, just start chugging them.
Fucking drain it, dude. Dude, Billy, no one will fucking go up against you again. You'd be like, dude, I'll fucking drink a bottle of piss. Were you willing to fucking do what it takes to beat Billy?
I
Billy drank
gotta
a bottle
do
of
it.
Alleyway piss, dude.
I gotta do it. I need to be famous.
You know, February 15th, 2015.
He examined the newspapers in the pile.
So they've been collecting it for a while.
But he says it popped up here overnight, all at once. Raycraft called police. Police told him to call
I remember that day because I had
I've called
asparagus.
up a couple times with the city, and they kept saying they'd get at it, but nothing.
All the while, more neighbors
What a great way to deal with a dead body. Just leave a body underneath a pile of old newspapers and piss bottles because nobody's gonna want to deal with it. Like, it'll be months later and they'll still be sitting there like, I ain't touching the fucking piss bottle the whole time.
Until this guy comes along and he slowly drives over it so he can get his fucking rocks off, and all of a sudden he's like, "Ah, my session's ruined. There's a dead body in the pile."
He's not gonna find the dead body because the piss is gonna reek so much. He's not gonna dig to the bottom, is he? Is he gonna roll around in it?
He's gonna roll over and it's gonna fucking squish like blood and fucking fetid guts all over the goddamn place. It's gonna ruin his boner, his piss boner.
Maybe I don't put it in the road. I like put it right to the side of the road just so people can see it in disgust as they drive by.
Now you're using your noggin. There you go.
I'm gonna kill somebody and see if I can make this work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the end of that one. We're going to move on. This one's 10-year-old takes police on a high-speed chase.
Out of that crazy car chase, a 10-year-old boy took his family car on a very dangerous joyride, drawing police into a high-speed chase at 100 miles an hour. ABC's Gio Benitez here with the story. Good morning, Gio.
Good morning to you, George. We're talking about a car chase across 2 counties for 50 miles.
In Ohio.
And as you're about to see and hear, police could not believe who they found behind that wheel.
He's going in the ditch. He's going off
Big
road.
deal. 11 is the driving age in Ohio.
It isn't any ordinary police chase. Listen.
He sold his parents' car.
And he is 10.
He is 10.
She's 10?
I got a good look at him. He is 10.
Yep, he's 10.
I got a good look at him. He's 10
right.
inches.
Trust me, when I see a little kid and he's 10, I know when he's 10. Trust me.
Damn. Got a really good look at him.
Leading Ohio police on a 50-mile chase.
My 10-year-old stole his dad's car, and I'm following him. He's running from me.
Watch this. One witness capturing the moment the car crosses over the highway median right into oncoming traffic.
He's running.
His wild ride growing even more dangerous once the boy hits the Ohio Turnpike, reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour. State troopers jumping in.
If I hadn't yielded to him, he would have hit me back there where I tried to roadblock him. He went right at me.
Authorities trying to stop the boy's joyride without force.
A motion for him to pull over, and the child shook his head no and continued driving.
What a savage.
What kind of country do we live in? This is what they should have happened. They should have had a fucking drone and fucking blown up the car, killed the kid, and been like, this is what happens if you fuck up in this goddamn country. We do it overseas, let's just do it here. Let's drop the fucking pretense of democracy and republic and just become the fucking empire we all really want to be. Fucking kill these little fucking kids, these evil fucking hellspawn demons that have fucking ruined this nation. How many lives were put in jeopardy by this child? Drone strike his ass and fucking be done with it.
This is actually impressive. I'm on the opposite end of this. They should lower the driving age. If a 10-year-old can evade the police 100 miles per hour for who knows how long, like, why are we waiting till 16 to give kids learner permits?
People restraining
That's a pretty good point. That's a pretty good point. This is some mad skill fucking driving right here.
I mean, look, the kid's driving was impressive. I'll give him that. We still should have drone striked his ass.
Yeah, I'm not against drone strikes.
Block him in here. Do not let him get by you. Block him in.
The chase moving off the pavement. The boy expertly maneuvering the car, even driving in a ditch, trying to avoid spike strips that police laid down, hoping to stop him.
We're not going to let him get back on the highway.
Hey, how dope would this be if they made like a Fast and the Furious Home Alone mashup movie series? Holy shit, that's a multi-million-dollar. That's, you know what, nobody, I didn't say that. You can't copy me. That's copywritten now.
Billy,
I'm taking that.
I'm telling you something, dude. TJ and Paul have this new show called Pitch Wars, dude. That should be your pitch, dude. You should fucking pitch Home Alone.
Fast and the Furious Home Alone.
Fucking meets Fast and Furious, dude. There you go.
Yeah, this is so much money right there. That's literally like PG fucking movie, PG-13 maybe. And you're going to make $48 million opening weekend minimum.
Finally coming to a stop after knocking down that road sign, the car blocked between two patrol cars.
I want to see what this kid looks like.
Break the window. Break the window. Roll down. Roll down. Get out of the car.
Overnight, the boys see over the fucking car door right now, too. He's so tiny. He's very small.
Father speaking out.
I told him he could have hurt somebody, could have hurt himself, or he could have been killed.
Oh, shit.
And believe it or not, this isn't the first time this 10-year-old went on a joyride. Earlier this month, he took his mother's car for a spin. The boy's family told our Cleveland affiliate that they think that he got the idea of reckless driving from playing video games.
Oh, fuck you.
Don't blame the
As soon as this kid
parents
turns 21, I want to drink with him. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, as soon as he turns 13, I want to drink with him. Like, this kid's obviously ahead of the game.
Dude, I take it back. Let's make this kid in charge of our drone strikes, dude. He's fucking 10 years old. He probably won't work for shit. He's dedicated. That kid fucking went on a fucking joyride, dude. So you know what?
On the presidential
I take
cabinet.
back what I said. I honestly feel bad. Fucking let him drone strike the other people.
I couldn't help but notice that he was an N-bomb.
Oh, dude.
Oh, wow.
Fucking racist on the show.
That was JF.
No heated gaming moments right now, Joe. Chill your shit.
That was clearly JF. You could tell by the accent.
Was it?
JF, come on, man. It's bad enough reputation.
What's up? I think this guy will become a criminal. I think he shows all the sign of becoming a criminal.
What did I tell you?
He said no to the police. He didn't stop when he was asked to. He continued bumping on the police. This guy is 10 years old, but he knows what he's doing.
I think he might become a NASCAR driver. Like, what? That's the N word we were talking about, right? NASCAR?
Billy, let's be honest. He's the wrong demographic for NASCAR.
What? He's really good at driving.
He's the token black guy.
He's really good at driving.
I understand that, Billy, but you know, if you have a bunch of racist white people watching NASCAR, which is, I mean, come on, that's the only demographic that watches NASCAR.
Well, then won't be racist anymore.
Scotty
this is the Tiger
sounds
Woods
like a
of
race
driving.
realist to me. He's being
I am
real.
a race realist, dude. I'm realistic about race.
NASCAR races.
And I know for a fact that white people are the greatest, but also the worst.
The only race I think of when I think of this kid is the Indy 500. Because he is a true driver. And that's not biologically confirmed. This is actually confirmed from the news clip. He outdrove 12 grown-ass men. He was going to the wrong side of the freeway doing expert maneuvers, as they said in the fucking newscast. This kid is the young Dale Earnhardt.
So you're saying make him a NASCAR driver? You know what?
Yeah.
The public should demand this. Everyone fucking write into NASCAR and demand this kid be given a job immediately.
Matter of fact, NASCAR by 12, NASA by 15. He's going to the moon.
Fair.
Rookie of the Year meets Herbie fully loaded. Anybody? How's that for a pitch?
We're making too many good movies right now. We got a guest star on the fucking Pitch Wars.
All right. Where are we? Okay. Villagers in Niger may have tipped off ISIS.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
What?
What's going on with that?
What do we know about the possibility that these local villagers betrayed the American forces that were there to help them?
What is the
Jake,
possibility?
a defense official.
tells us, in his words, it's very probable that someone or some group of people in that village tipped off ISIS to the presence of U.S. forces there. In fact, from the very early after-action reports from survivors of the ambush, they expressed suspicion that they had been delayed in that village and then tipped off to allow for the ambush to take place. Another indicator is this, that when they did go into that ambush, it was a pretty elaborate setup. There were heavy machine guns, there were RPGs, there were mortars. That requires some time, some setup.
If they were ambushed, of course that's going to be the case. It's not going to be like you were ambushed and it's like, oh, one guy shot at us. Like an ambush is when it's obviously a premeditated attack and it's set up that way. I mean, so of course the fucking villagers did it. Like, why is it even being questioned? Did the villagers do this? It seemed like they were being delayed. Then they were all killed. It's like, I wonder.
To be fair, they knew what they signed up for.
Oh man. Well, if you think about military tactics, I mean, when you fight an enemy, you want to fight an enemy when they're not expecting it, and obviously when you're ambushed, you're not expecting it, so it was effective in killing the people they wanted to kill. But yeah, they did know what they signed up for. That is true.
Damn.
Presumably some planning, which adds to the sense that they were tipped off to their presence there.
David McKenzie, you're on the ground.
No fucking I don't understand why this keeps being questioned. Like, what happened? They might have been tipped off. No shit, they were tipped off. There's a lot of people in these countries that don't want Americans there, and they're anti-American. So, of course, they're going to tip people off. It's the same thing that happened to Iraq. I mean, human intelligence in these situations is, of course, what's going to be the prime driving factor. It's like, hey, I'm on this block, and I see these troops. Hey, I'm over here. Okay, yeah, why don't you go set up here where they're going to have to go by? Oh, yep, no, it's ambush them. Let's kill them. You know, that's like IEDs that killed so many people. They fucking set up these bombs when they knew these convoys would travel because they traveled there over and over again. Duh.
There in Niamey, Niger, not far from where the attack took place. It's an area that's become, we're told, a hotbed of Islamic terrorist activity. How big a challenge has this been for Nigerian and American forces?
Well, it's a big challenge for the Nigerians, and certainly that's one of the reasons why there are American soldiers on the ground here. Just a few hours from where I'm standing is where that deadly ambush took place, Jake, and that is an area on the border of Mali where you have these very fluid militant groups moving in and out across the borders, engaging in these kind of attacks. So one of the big questions right now, Jake, is whether there was some kind of intelligence failure that sent these American soldiers into harm's way on what was supposed to be a routine mission, which was seen to have not a very high level of threat against these soldiers, and as Jim described, they ended up in a massive firefight.
Obviously, these people want to make a name for themselves, and by killing the fucking greatest enemy that they can think of, which is usually used as the U.S. or, you know, the U.K., countries that are involved overseas and, you know, Islamic countries, that's why they're going to do that. It's like, oh, yeah, we got to make a name for our terrorist cell. What do? You're going to kill the biggest targets. You're going to get media coverage like this. And, of course, being affiliated with ISIS is just the cherry on top.
We're at war, right? Like, what do these villagers have any reason to keep from telling ISIS? Like,
nothing.
It's a liability either way, right? Like, it sucks.
Well, think about this. If you lived in a village, Billy, like let's just say like, you know, where you're living now, and like everyone is like that's your reality. Those are the people you're going to be around all the time. Then some foreigners come and it's like, what are you going to do? You know, it's like, oh, my friends and these people and everyone I know says these people suck and we should kill them. Or, you know, these other people that I don't know, or I shouldn't fuck with them. It's like, what is it to you? You're not going to have to do anything. It's really the kind of disconnect you have. It's like, yeah, we want to kill these people because they're bad and, you know, they're doing all this and they're anti-Islamic. So let's just kill them. So it's easy, especially if you're not doing it.
Nigeria is also like a really, really it's like positioned geopolitically in a really interesting place too, because Nigeria has historically been there's like a lot of Christian missionaries that have been there. Nigeria was predominantly Christian for a long time. Islam has spread into it quite a bit. Now, whereas like the expats from Nigeria who come to the United States end up like performing really, really well in the United States, Nigeria itself is kind of a hotbed of where Islamic terrorism is coming and like clashing head to head versus Western ideals. It's frustrating, man. It's very difficult. And
you know what's interesting?
Niger and Nigeria are two different places, right?
Whenever Jeff... whenever Jeff is on a phone. Hold on.
Niger.
Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Fuck. Well,
Guys,
fuck me death.
watch closely. Watch closely. Whenever Jeff Googles something and reads off the forum, he puts his sunglasses on first. And you typed in Nigeria instead of Niger, idiot.
Google just auto-corrected to Nigeria.
You fucking weak-ass wanker, piss-sniffing fucking simpleton. Fuck off,
Idiot.
Joe.
Gangster.
You've been caught red-handed.
Niger's different.
Ambush!
Jim, what more are you learning about the nature of this mission to gather intelligence on a high-value ISIS terrorist in the region?
These teams go out all the time to survey the scene.
So it's considered a safe operation, but it's like we have to gather intel on a high-value, high-profile fucking ISIS terrorist. How is that a fucking, low-security mission? Like they're doing reconnaissance. What? I don't know. This makes really no sense to me. It was
fake and gay.
Well, the only reason we're even following up on this is because this is where the husband of the wife that got the call from Donald Trump that was questionable came from, right? This is the ambush where he died. The 3 other guys died here as well. He died. And the only reason we're following up here is because it got put in the mind's eye, the public eye, and they're trying to, I don't know, follow up on the news story that got so many ratings last week. So really, ambush happened. Intel was leaked. There was probably somebody who, I don't know, in the village.
Under the auspices of attacking Trump, essentially.
Village. Well, yeah, it's run off from that last week. This is just what's hot in the news, right? So that's the only reason we're seeing this. This type of stuff probably happens fairly often, and it would never make it to the news otherwise.
We see all the U.S. military fuck-ups, all the Navy ships crashing in the Pacific and other places, and we're just like, so how did these 2 ships hit? Like, well, we don't really know. There probably was a fuck-up somewhere. It's like, well, no shit, there was a fuck-up somewhere. Like,
they were playing chicken. They were bored out in the high seas.
All over the world. I think we're in 100+ countries. I don't know how many exactly. So, if you're talking about these countries like Niger and Saudi Arabia and in Iraq, look, there's a lot of people that are unfriendly to America, and of course they're going to put on uniforms and go, yeah, we like you, and then shoot them. It's happened.
I'm just laughing at myself because I was casting shade on JF for associating with race realists and whatnot, and I just made the fucking mistake of not understanding that Niger and Nigeria were a totally different country and totally fucked that up. It was pretty fantastic.
No, it was pretty great though. It was we let you roll with it, and it's just
I miss all the good stuff.
You know what? That's why I like you so much, Scotty. Is when I grab the shovel and I'm about to bury myself alive. You just you know what, Jeff? You do you. You just do you.
Jeff. Yeah, man.
You do the best you can do.
Ben, while you were gone,
go for it, dude. You lovable little scamp. Well, look, I mean, we're talking about the same. We're talking about the same fucking same guys. It was me, Ben, and Paul that were it was some video about the moon or something. The moon doesn't rotate or something. So
yeah,
about the guy so many times, dude.
Who said that? Me?
All of us.
No, we did.
Yeah. Oh God! Oh shit! All right,
it was episode TJ was gone on, and if he was watching on his phone, he's like, "These fucking idiots! Don't they fucking know this?" And we, of course, were getting fucking schooled. No, we're right.
The moon doesn't rotate?
No, it does.
It does.
It has to do with I don't know. There was a misconception because we normally see one side of it.
We only see the one side of the moon, right?
Hold on. Always facing us on the same side, so it rotates at the same rhythm that it goes around the Earth.
Yeah,
that's where we get the dark side of the moon from.
Right.
Yeah.
And Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd came from the moon.
To meet with local leaders, village elders, etc. On this particular trip, they were asked to stop in an encampment where it was believed that a known ISIS leader had been before, not at that moment, but had been before, to see what intelligence they could gather. We've been told explicitly they were not sent on a mission to kill or capture.
Yeah, I heard some guy was here. Some guy ISIS dude was here. What was he here? What was he doing? What did he have for lunch? What? They were going to ask around about an ISIS guy. I could fucking do that. Is that really the best method of gathering intelligence? Uniformed U.S. military personnel roll up into a town, just we'll spill the beans on him. Where'd he go? What'd he do?
You guys got any more of that ISIS?
He wasn't there, but also this is not the team that would do it. It was not a team either equipped to or backed up with the resources, including air cover, necessary to carry out such a mission.
And David, the head of African Command, U.S. Forces, is calling for more resources in the region?
Well, that's right. In fact, that happened like 6 months ago, Jake. The head of the Africa Command speaking to the Senate Armed Services Committee saying that they're under-resourced, that many of the missions they want to complete, they couldn't because of that lack of resources. And perhaps critically saying that they didn't have the recovery, search and recovery missions in-house, that they had to contract that. So did he really raise alarm bells? But one thing worth pointing out, this mission here by the Americans has been here for a long time, more than 10 years. In fact, CNN was invited here just recently to look at the drone base. This is not some secret mission working in the shadows. It's very much above board and very significant, working out of Niger to mitigate the terror threat in neighboring countries. And it's seen as a key buffer zone towards stopping these relatively small militant groups from expanding and developing a footprint.
All right. So before we move on with the show, we're going to go ahead and open it up to Streamlabs. So I'm just about to open it here. You can ask questions of JF, Jeff, Scotty.
Pay $7 to say whether or not JF or Jeff won.
Dude, I saw JF in the chat now. You were casting shade on my opinions on vaccines.
I think we all lost.
I did want to talk to you about it, but maybe we can go for Streamlabs and talk about it after.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right. So here we
Whatever
go.
Razor fail.
After that loss, they changed his name to Razor Wrist.
Oh.
Anything to try to get your attention. Babe Pie.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm gonna term that as Billy, just to fuck with this person.
Probably
so
me,
Billy,
yeah, because
I want to make violent, passionate love to all my to all my sockets until we bathe.
To bathe in the cum of our enemies. They said bathe in the cum of our enemies. Why are you in your enemies' cum?
They're coming for
Why?
you. Billy, we want you.
New Year's Eve 2017 will be the only day when every adult was born in the 1900s and every minor was born in the 2000s.
Thank you,
Cocksmite.
Fucking knowledge has been
Got him.
spread to the peoples.
Well, how do you guys say every adult was born in the 1900s? Like, isn't there like someone who's like 120 years old though?
I don't know about 120,
that's not what he's saying.
but
yeah, no, actually, that whole thing was a fallacy. I hate you for posting it. Oh, you want to read this one, Jeff?
Read it.
How does everyone feel about Tara's new global alliance of nationalists? Also, is JF a Make-A-Wish? When did DP become affiliated? When did becoming an alt-retard qualify for you for Make-A-Wish? Culture is ingrained in DNA and melanin, you blithering moron.
A fucking mouthful, dude.
That was from Juan Cena.
That's a very opinionated person.
Yeah, they got their money's worth. I like that.
Oh no, not even
Tayek.
It's Tayek, my fucking money. Thank you,
Timba,
Ian.
his
Ian
Screwbanks.
Screwbanks. You got it, dude.
Little shout out to Ryby. I mean, she just got done writing the Sibian, but she's like shilling the Streamlabs. Good on you, Ryby.
Oh yeah, she's sore, but her hands are still free.
Yeah.
She can type. With your left hand free. How many people are going to rewatch that intro and FAP to Ryby on the Sibian, though? Because it's high quality. High quality.
33.
Yeah. We're doing a FAP.
I figure tonight at the stroke of midnight, West Coast time, we should all get together and have a group ritualistic FAP. Just everybody watching. Just a group. Ben, you in?
No.
Midnight? Group
The Discord. That'll be on Discord, dude. Billy, just go to the Discord and get on there, and I guarantee you'll get people into join the cult of Billy.
You guys want to do a stroke right now?
Fully animated Ryby video.
Yeah. I think. Did you actually draw it?
Yeah.
You did?
I drew it on my new phone. I was like, I got a little pin on it. A stylus. That's a good. I wish you could just record silence then play it on loudspeakers on full blast
man,
when Billy talks.
This Damn. Smite is fucking throwing some shade, dude.
Well, silence at full blast just means my words are going to come out clearer. That's right.
He's mad at you for not understanding his New Year's factoid.
I'm pretty sure if you blast silence, it just makes my words louder. Dick.
See, this person says thanks for holding.
Situations coming at. Thanks
You
for
see, you got
down,
love.
Billy.
I think they mean your chair.
Holding the chair down? It's holding me up, dude. This chair's working overtime.
They mean you're
Gravity is
anchoring
fucking
everything.
doing its job today.
Working overtime.
Jeff, did you realize you cared about racism before or after the success of the debate on Wednesday?
Which debate?
I'm just saying. I think you're grandstanding and trying to
Which
follow
debate
up a
on
debate.
Wednesday?
Yeah, right. Whatever, loser.
What debate are you fucking talking about? I don't know what you're fucking conceptually talking about. Which debate?
I think Joe's referring to episode 399, the Kyle Kalinske versus Razor Fist debate. Very popular, very popular Drunken Peasants moment.
I first cared about debate the first time I got some fucking brown chocolate dropped on my face, buddy.
Does this show have any connection to mafia?
Grandstander.
It does not.
It does not. It does
I
not.
can't even understand half the time that Joe speaks. It just sounds like bark, 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 wah, wah, wah. I can't even understand what you're saying.
It's just $10 words.
Just don't fight that battle, man. Don't fight against the fucking tide that is the chat. Just be pulled into the ocean. Dude.
I love the chat. The chat gives me life.
I am the chat. If you notice, everything I say is just plagiarized. Sorry.
Ryby sent something in. It said, "Thank you for my Sibian. I'm drunk. Only 2 shots. Whatever. It's a drunk message from her. Never mind."
Those weren't drawing lessons with a shad base, but he did put a little something extra in me.
She also said
inspiration.
She bathes in the cum of her enemies.
She bathes in the cum of her enemies. This bathing in the cum of your enemies, like, where's this coming from? Usually it's the blood of your enemies where you want to do the bathing, right?
Coming from your penis, Billy.
But why if your enemies cum? It's your enemies
cum. You know where
cum.
cum comes from.
Yeah, I've jerked off before.
Me too. I mean, I you know what? I admit I've done a few times in my life, especially if you put on a certain movie.
I lost my virginity while watching American Pie. When the next thing went quack, 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 you men were ducking. Whoa. 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 Quack, quack, quack.
Scam situation.
Give it up.
This is the best episode by far. Ryby writing that Sibian is the highlight of episode 400. Yeah, Ryby, Ryby's really good with inanimate objects. Not so much with walking outside of her front door, but with inanimate objects, she's really good.
Well, if there's like a telephone pole or like a mailbox, something solid, she's okay.
Something to hold on to.
Yeah, you got something to hold on to. Not open space.
Is that Fergie?
Come on.
Jeff, I can understand why you're upset that Jeff didn't correct misinformation, but it is wrong to just listen to others when they speak and try to understand what they're saying, even if
Is
you
it
don't
so
agree.
wrong,
You know what?
Mongoloid?
No, you're honest. You've got a good point there. Wow, fuck, dude, the wine just hit me. No, you've got a good point. You definitely have a good point. It is important to listen to people that you disagree with. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. But there's also the question of when you have a platform and you have the respectability of a PhD like JF does, it comes to the question of whether or not you feel like it should be addressed. Just saying.
Can't most people get a PhD if they go through the fucking, like, the steps to get it, right? Like, it's pretty simple, huh?
Oh, fuck, dude. I can get a
You just spend the money and the time and you get a PhD, right?
You can get a PhD in a cereal box, yeah.
So I know a bunch of dumb shits that got PhDs. I'm not saying you're a dumb shit, JF. I mean, but I know a lot of people who
all over the place. But
like,
JF actually went to a really good college, and he did put the time in. JF is a smart guy. He is a smart guy. I'll never say JF isn't smart.
He probably is a smart guy, but I don't think it's because of his PhD. I think it's because he's a smart guy, and the PhD was a side effect.
True.
Yeah,
most
because
of what
he's a
I
smart
know,
guy.
I learned it outside of school.
Yeah, PhDs are just like I don't know, like kids.
Street
You know,
smarts.
kids prove you had sex. PhDs prove you went to school, right?
Sure.
They're like smart trophies.
Jeff Holiday is a science-denying idiot. How about you explain how IQ doesn't exist? IQ does exist. What are you fucking talking about? Of course IQ exists.
You're a science dude.
I can do that.
You're a science denying idiot, dude. So
I-
Jeff has a heart attack. He's like, you know what? I don't want modern medicine.
I
don't
had
li-
no
the
idea.
Earth, the Earth is a disc surrounded by a wall of ice. That's Jeff for sure.
I had no idea that IQ didn't exist and that I believed IQ didn't exist because I was sitting here actually knowing that IQ did actually exist. Weird.
I should
It's just that
probably be
IQ
a
is
Christian.
like a summary of characteristics, and it's not complex enough to represent behavioral complexity, and you
Agreed.
should just not not use it as a guide in society, because it's okay to have less IQ. You can live good lives at low IQ. I've been in love with a very low IQ woman who would qualify as
because they do butt stuff.
I've been in love with low IQ women too.
Yeah,
no, but you said
you actually say to her though that you're a low IQ. You're like, look, baby, you're of a low IQ. It's low.
I hope he did.
I actually
hope he did.
I think there's a law passing in California that if you fuck somebody 50 IQ points lower than you, it's rape.
No, and so JF said,
so Billy, everyone's gonna be raping you then?
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's a fetish. It's like liking an amputee.
In that stream that you were doing, that I was watching before we did the show, JF, you had a really interesting thing that you mentioned about how people who do have low IQs can actually be really good benefits to society. That IQ is not a predictor of how valuable you can be.
Yeah, we got to put our glasses on something.
You know who proves that point is TJ, dude. Fucking TJ, dumber than fucking shit, low IQ motherfucker. But you know what? He is the American dream. He's lazy. He's fat, and he still makes enough money to support himself just yelling at a camera. TJ is the fucking defining person of low IQ, fucking not correlating to be, how successful you are in life.
At least he has a supportive brother.
I commend JF's position, and TJ is the fucking living proof to me.
TJ is proof that IQ doesn't exist.
Didn't TJ claim to have a high IQ though?
A lot of people
TJ's
claim
IQ,
that.
from a test I've actually seen him take, was probably like 140, is what I've seen him get.
That's a good size.
Why is the Streamlabs page freeze up after a few seconds? I have to type this fast. I have no idea. Call Streamlabs technical support.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you for your contribution. And we're going to move on. We'll do Streamlabs later on in the show. Thanks to everyone who was so generous.
Yes.
It's time to move on.
Hey, JF, for the record, the girl that had the low IQ that you banged and fell in love with and everything, how low was it?
I mean, she was brilliant in certain ways. I think I may be one of the only persons who accessed her mind, and there was something really brilliant inside of her, but she was very closed and she was very delayed in her answers. And for most people in our society, they kind of push you for the answer, and she was always pushed by people around her. So she was considered retarded by her family.
You fucking downs, dude. This was getting worse and worse.
Over here.
She was very closed at first, but then I pried her mouth open and got answers out of her.
I went down on her like the syndrome.
She was tight, but she was
retard. Yeah, but it's fine, dude.
Many people say she was a retard.
She wasn't like she had the instant answer. If someone asked her a question, she would actually think about it and just take longer. So people are like, oh, she's retarded. She doesn't know how to respond to people. But when you actually got to know her and talk to her, you saw that that wasn't the case. She was just.
And by the way, she was a big Drunken Peasants fan. That's how she came to me. She saw me on Drunken Peasants, called me, and we had a relation for a few months. Then her father found her didn't agree that I was with her. So he had her found mentally incapable of making decisions for herself. And unfortunately, the state of Texas has ruled that she could not decide to be with me.
Wait.
Wow, really?
Are you telling me that a retarded Drunken Peasants fan wanted to bang you, and then the state of Texas had to be like, actually, she's too retarded to bang this Quebec man.
It's a very sad part of my life where
Is this troll or no troll? No, can't be.
Kidnap her. And so when I talk against the authoritarian state, and I do take issue with some of what Jeff has said about the state, I'm very serious here. The state is currently invading on personal freedom and is using psychiatric excuses for it. And this was a very dramatic part of my life.
I'm really trying not to be mean. I don't want to be mean, but like, oh god, oh fuck me dead. Okay, but
I feel bad for JF right now. He was in love with this girl. This is traumatic.
This actually gives weight to his race relations things. If anyone knows retarded.
You know what, Jeff? You know what? You have to screw on the grounds of discrimination. I know for a fact people in Texas do not like fucking people with French accents, dude. I fucking guarantee there was bias right there. They're like, you know what? This uppity French fuck want to come here and tell us what's what in Texas? Well, fuck him.
I just want to say if you want to fuck a mentally deficient person as long as she's of legal age, I think it's perfectly fine.
I have met no wetter pussy in my entire life.
It wasn't like he was forcing it on her.
But this touches upon another problem in society, which is victimless crime. So I was essentially being accused of raping this girl who would tell to the police, no, I'm totally fine here. I like this guy. We're going to live together. We get along well. And so we found ourselves with everyone around her wanting this to be a crime, but her saying, no, I've had the time of my life. This is all what I wanted. And in fact, I was very serious with this girl. I would have continued my life with her, but she decided otherwise, following the intimidation that she was victim of by the state of Texas.
I feel very sorry for you right now. I seriously, like, if she was
fine.
if she was
a fucking relationship, and unfortunately it played out in a very dramatic and shitty way. I mean,
if she was developmentally disabled but in love, she should have that. Yeah, she should have that. She should enjoy the same pleasures that we as fully cognitive adults enjoy. Just because she was developmentally disabled does not mean she shouldn't be able to be in love. I think an episode of Glee touched on this. This is because she lives in Texas and not California. If she was in California, JF would be banging her brains out right now.
Exactly, dude. Like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, and she wants to do it, and she's capable of consenting to making that decision, then they should be able to do it. They're both adults. Why not?
And it's a shame on everybody saying this is a troll or not a troll situation. This is definitely not a troll. It was let off that she was a DP fan, so it's confirmed she's retarded. No, I do feel sorry to hear this, JF.
I can relate. My wife's a fucking idiot.
But she's. But she's hot as shit.
And I found another girlfriend, and we're currently having a baby. So everything went well. But I find this invasion of the state and individual liberties very grave. And I've been bringing this case to courts of appeal to just for the sake of protecting the rights of handicapped people to have the freedom to do what they want.
Or who they want.
I do agree with that. I mean, just because you have some sort of disability doesn't mean you should waive all of your rights.
Yeah.
Was it Ryby?
Ryby doesn't live in Texas.
No, it was
True.
not Ryby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how I asked if it was Ryby, and Ben's like, Ryby doesn't live in Texas, dude. It wasn't that Ryby isn't developmentally disabled. It was Ryby.
Yeah, she doesn't live in Texas, and she wouldn't travel to Texas.
He can't even speak. He's overcome with emotions right now, hearing about the case, JF. He's overcome.
You know, like the thing is, when you're doing Drunken Peasants too, it's always bants, it's always like being mean, being cruel, that sort of thing. And like, honestly, no, I'm good, man. I don't want to be mean. It honestly sounds like a shitty situation, to be honest with you.
It does.
No.
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh, you know what? Before we get
we started off this episode being mean. Come on, man.
All right, let's go.
Up to the light.
All right.
Nothing can be as scary as the manatee.
I actually I played this video on my stream last night, and it was so good that I have to play it again on here.
Cool.
Let's do it.
What's your name, bitch? What is your motherfucking name, bitch?
What's your name, bitch?
What is your name? What is your name, bitch?
This guy.
So this guy's just recording a bunch of police officers doing some kind of investigation. I've never seen someone like get this crazy with police officers and them basically do nothing.
Sir, white boy, what is your name? So you still refuse to tell me your name? Okay, that's fine. I know you're a bitch, though. You think it's funny, motherfuckers over here dying? You think it's funny? You a bitch. Your mama a bitch. Your family bitches. Everybody you know a bitch. I'm letting you know. However you want to do it, boy, I'm ready.
Let me make a point. Okay, because this guy's a cop. He's like, I feel I should say this to this guy because fuck the police. But if this guy said this to another grown man in the hood, would he not expect to get knocked the fuck out? Just saying. You know, so I mean, like, to some degree, I understand people hating police brutality, and I totally actually empathize with people that are fucking victims of police brutality and have lived in communities where that's fucking been disproportionate. But at the same time, we all know that if some guy in the hood stepped to this guy and said this shit, he would expect to get knocked the fuck out.
But there is a very small thing here. This guy is holding a clipboard, so the whole time he's like, "I'm holding a clipboard. I kind of am a bitch."
He is kind of the bitch. He is holding the clipboard.
Ready to die, hoe ass niggas. Ready to die. We dying any motherfucking way. I'm ready to die. Y'all some hoes. Fucking cracker bitches. Cracker bitch.
He only has a problem with the cracker.
Cracker bitch. Fuck. Get no fuck about nothing. Nothing.
Oh, I love
don't
his
get
gut
fuck
hanging
about
out.
Nothing.
Fat fucking cop.
Nothing. I'm ready to die.
Is it they call them Uncle Toms?
That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't even get it. Ready to fucking die. Y'all some hoes.
I like how the white cops
Straight
walked
up like
away.
that. We can't defend our fucking self because you bitches steady violating our Second Amendment right.
I like how casual everyone is. This must happen all the time. They're just like, yeah, what are you going to do for lunch tomorrow? Guy said, you motherfucking bitch, hoe, motherfucker, I'll kill you, nigga. You know, like they're going on and on, like, doesn't matter.
This is Chicago, right?
I think, yeah, because the patch on his shoulder there, you can see the Chicago
And his
flag.
clipboard.
These cops are being pros at this, so they must deal with this all the time because they don't seem very flustered at all. The guy's just like he just keeps looking away. He's like, whatever, dude.
Well, they're probably like, statistically, this guy's gonna get shot tomorrow, anyways. So fuck
Hands
him.
up! Don't shoot, bitch!
Y'all some hoes. Don't come around here no more looking for no fucking guns, I'm telling you. Better tell your little white friends, don't come around here no more looking for no fucking guns. Y'all some bitches. All y'all. White cracker bitches.
All y'all bitches.
All you cracker bitches. Dick sucking ass. What the fuck you up here for anyway? Bitch, find out where the fuck they was at. When boys shots
gets
got
even
it all,
better,
bitch. Find out where the fuck they was at then. Always running there harassing motherfuckers.
Too, it's even fucking really grinding his fucking gears right now. Is that no one's responding to him? He's not even getting the like. That's your opinion, sir. He's just yelling at just the crazy guy going another thing. It's like no one's responding to you, dude. They don't care. Just move on with your life.
Know your audience. They don't care.
All day long. Whole motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be seen when shots get fired though. Bitch, motherfuckers, get the fuck. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, boy, y'all action for. Stay the fuck from around here looking for shit. I'm telling y'all, if you ain't been called, don't fuck with nobody.
I really hope we get to see what he looks like. Cause I have a vision in my head. I just want to see if it's one and the same.
He looks like Carrot Top.
It's the guy who was doing the rap for everybody on the plane. Same dude.
Oh.
I've been to 5 cities before today.
Dave Chappelle
guy,
crack guy.
actually. I think it's
619 guy.
He's a sad
Don't
black
fuck
man.
with him. If you ain't been called, don't fuck with nobody around here.
No, they
I'm
weren't
letting y'all
called, dude.
know.
Maybe someone did call them.
Yeah, this guy just assumes he's the only one that can call the cops.
I didn't call you. I'm keeping
right
tabs
down
now. I'm gonna find out exactly which one of you motherfuckers is fucking with people, violating our Second Amendment right, and you will be dealt with accordingly. Right. You will be dealt with accordingly.
On what happens if you have a felony. You know, as you know, in most states, they can take guns from you. You're not allowed to have guns if you're a felon. So there's a lot of exceptions to the Second Amendment. Not so many as people would like, but there are some where you can lose your gun rights.
We bringing this shit to a whole nother level now. I'm letting you know this shit going to a whole nother level.
That's a whole new level, dude. That ain't no shit, dude. You can fucking rant and rave. You're a fucking idiot.
To all you
bitches have legitimate grievances. What do you know? You're gonna go yell at people in the street. I've never seen that change anyone's mind. All I've seen that happen is people get knocked the fuck out, or people just ignore them.
I love how they're completely no-selling everything.
Yeah. Only one of them actually gives him attention, and you can tell right after that it was a total mistake.
I can't wait.
We can't carry no guns. You won't be able to come around, and you're gonna be scared to come around here, bitch. I'm gonna let you know.
This is
Motherfuckers ain't gonna keep
misogynistic.
coming over here killing us
Well,
while you
know
bitch
what?
motherfuckers.
It's weird because, like, really this shows me that people in the hood and rednecks have the same thing. Like, if we all carrying guns, we'd be fucking safe and people won't fuck with us. So, I mean, hey, you know, maybe the urban and the rural communities can come together on one thing. They all want a bunch of fucking guns so they feel safe. Maybe
This
that
would
could
have
be
been
the
over by now if he had a gun.
Joe, Jesus.
True. Get paid to do fucking nothing. Y'all got me fucked up.
Whoa. So this dude also I have another problem with that thing. You get paid to do nothing. So you're telling me if this guy was offered a job, it's like, well, sir, you're gonna get $60,000 a year, full benefits. We're gonna have you do nothing. He's gonna go, nah, I don't want that job.
No, I don't respect no cops. I'm the fucking authority. You bitches work for me. Now I'm telling y'all. Fuck what Leslie got to say.
I didn't realize this is the lieutenant.
Bitch been all to me. There's been more murders ever over here. Fuck that hoe. Fuck Leslie. Yeah. I don't
Fuck
give no
Leslie.
fuck
That
about
is a
libertarian.
dude.
This is great.
That's a good libertarian.
See the guy standing right there, the really tall guy?
The fat guy?
Yeah. He is going, he's going to actually pay attention to him for a second.
Oh, Mayor McCheese is going in?
He can't keep he can't keep a straight face either. He actually laughs at this guy for a second.
Bitch, fuck Leslie Harrison. That hoe. I hope you fucking that bitch.
He don't even know.
I hope that bitch sucking your dick, nigga. You lay up there laughing. You think it's funny. I hope you the one fucking that nasty bitch.
So he's like, that's so rude. And then it's like, oh no, now it's on.
Yeah, I'm disrespectful. Y'all fucking disrespectful, bitch. You letting these hunky motherfuckers run your bitch ass. You know they racist and you ain't standing up to them. You disrespecting your own fucking race, bitch. So fucking disrespectful. You fucking right.
I want to buy this cup of beer. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
He's wearing a cannon-proof vest.
The idiots that fucking fall within the race tribe where it's all like, we look the same, so you should have all the same thoughts as me. It's like, that's stupid, dude. You're a fucking idiot. You're allowed to have your crazy beliefs and spout them and, whatever. You're in public, but people have just the same right to ignore you and dismiss you as an idiot and a crackpot, which is what you clearly are.
No man that ain't even a fucking man. You ain't no man, bitch. I'm more man than you. I stand up to these hunky motherfuckers. You suck a dick for $1, bitch.
A buck's a buck.
Straight like that.
Well,
You're
damn,
sucking dick for $1.
Sucking dick for $1.
I mean, most people suck dick for free.
You ain't standing up to these racist ass cops in your fucking police department. You sucking dick for $1. You a dick sucker for $1, bitch.
Nah, what? That's pretty fat. He's spending more than $1 a day on food, so I'm pretty sure these guys are making more than $1 a fucking day.
Suck a dick for $1 menu.
Well, you know the dollar menu can say you. They can say that fat. That guy's not as fat as you, but he's fat.
The whole dollar menu. If I'm sucking a dick, I'm getting everything on the dollar menu.
You're getting double everything at dollar. Billy's gonna walk in and be like, $1 menu, I'll take 2 of all that. And then they're gonna go like, for real? And he's like, did I fucking stutter? Fucking start the order, bitch.
I have a McQuadruple.
Here's a video of Ben Shapiro doing a Q&A and someone asks him a question.
Hi, Ben.
Hey.
It was actually funny. 3 nights ago, I was watching this video of you destroy Piers Morgan, and I was like, wow, I really want Ben to come here, and I found out today that you're here, so I'm really happy about that.
How cute.
So first, I'd like to say that it seems like the abortion argument...
Love you. You're so smart. You totally destroyed Piers Morgan on that show. It's great.
...only became a women's right issue after the argument from science failed for them. I'm only 21, but... it seems to me like the argument, from what I remember, it started off as being science-based with like a human at conception. It's just a zygote of a monkey, a fish, a dolphin, whatever. And I remember like seeing images in middle school of them showing like the early development and showing how like, oh, there's no difference here. So, but then through
I like how she has to read it off her phone, dude. She couldn't remember this dumbass question.
Yeah.
like research embryology, we find out like the DNA genetic template.
Q&As, it's usually an indicator that it's really fucking stupid.
Look at the guy holding the microphone now.
He's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Like, is she done yet?
Is there human, like, what you're
looking
going to
at
be,
her tits.
it's there from the beginning, it says it all. So,
Or lack thereof.
to my question,
He's like,
in a society today where...
The titties now? No.
Here comes the question.
In a society today where specifically women have been so successfully convinced that an abortion isn't to be frowned upon, how can we convince young women to not get abortions when the voice of abortions aren't bad seems to be louder than the voice of like personal responsibility and like basic morality?
So, I mean, I think that the first thing is that, again, people blind themselves to answers they don't want to see. And it's our job to break through that. So I've spoken about this. I hate euphemisms with regard to abortion. Abortion is filled with euphemisms. The woman's right to choose. It's just terminating a pregnancy. No, you are killing a human life in the womb. And we should describe in graphic detail exactly what happens.
Morality is not objective, it's subjective. So if you believe that you shouldn't do it, then don't do it. But other people are obviously going to have different points of view. So really, I mean, look, if you want to do that, that's more of an ideas debate that you have to win. And if you're saying the other side seems to be winning, this is distressing us, then you're going to have to make a more compelling argument, because currently that's what's going on. And I honestly, I don't really see that changing. I just don't think it's going to happen. Maybe they get a conservative enough Supreme Court, but I don't see, unless the Supreme Court rules on it, that ever happening. That's the only way it could happen, because right now those laws have been found to be unconstitutional. So that's really the only issue. If you're talking about the legal ramifications, but I think morally, I think it's subjective. You can't really say objectively it's wrong to kill a baby or a fetus or whatever. You know, even an adult.
If your life depends on another life to survive, like if you're connected to another life and that life has cognitive thinking abilities that can say, I don't want this life inside of me, your life does not take precedent over the one that can actually make the choice to fucking end you. So yeah, there's a life inside of you, but it's a leech. It's basically a pimple. Goodbye.
That's the most SJW thing you've ever said, Billy.
Because I'm a fucking SJW cock!
When that happens. Okay, when you're talking about a middle to late stage fetus that is developed, you're talking about, in many cases, the actual dismemberment of a human being in the womb. You're talking about crushing skulls and sucking brains into sinks. You're talking about torturing a child in the womb and then killing it. And that torturing has to be brought.
This is accurate.
This is some jihad level torture.
I would agree you're killing a life form. I would agree with you there, but torturing it, I think torture implies something like more that you would do a sustained activity to like physical harm on someone. Well, I don't think they're doing that to a fetus. I believe they're just killing it. They're terminating it.
JF, you're an evolutionary biologist. What is your insights on what is an acceptable range for a termination of a pregnancy?
Yeah, personally, I think it's arbitrary, and you're going to set a range, and you're just going to find that, okay, it's okay before some month, but there's nothing that science will ever bring you that tells you that it's okay at that point. I mean, you are killing a being. He's right. I personally don't take issue, because I think if you're a woman, you cannot be forced to host a life form inside of you against your will. But I do take issue with abortion being merely a woman thing. And I take issue with the fact that there are some men who have a baby with a woman, and it's consensual at the beginning, but then the woman may go crazy during the pregnancy, starts taking drugs, or start making decisions that affect the baby in a way that the dad did not consent to. And I think that in our society currently, we have only the mechanism to ensure the woman's liberty, but we don't have the mechanism to ensure the dad's right to say something about this baby, which has 50% of its genes.
The dad has the right to pull out.
Well, I would also go as far to say we don't actually have right now the mechanisms to assure the liberty of the baby either, because we're so focused on the wife. But like you said, if the woman gets crazy and she starts imbibing lots of drugs, starts drinking excessively, fetal alcohol syndrome is a real fucking thing. That is taking away the choice and the possible integrity of the fetus itself. That is something that should be considered.
There should be no age limit on abortion.
Very weird ID.
Oh, no age limit. So Bill, you can abort now. Yeah.
Super marriages?
Bill, if your parents come into the fucking studio and bash you on the head and like, sorry guys.
100%. 100%. But I think that if you're gonna abort after a certain age, you have to eat the remains. I think that's perfectly fair. So if my parents want to come kill me, they have to eat me one sitting. Come try, Papa.
Try to reduce an issue like abortion down to this, like you're killing something or not. There's a lot more to it than that. There's developmental issues with children, like you said, fetal alcohol syndrome. There's, and JF brought up a good point. What about the father's rights? I mean, there's so many. It's so much more complex and nuanced than that. I really just hate any argument that is like it's this or this. I just think that lacks any complexity or nuance or really context to what's occurring in our society.
So the solution I came with that I called super marriages is essentially have a contract between men and women before they make babies, and have a contract that stipulates what they hope to do with this baby, so that the man is not surprised with decisions that come from the woman after. And in that contract, you could have a deal. Hey, there's not going to be any abortion, or there's going to be an abortion if the baby has defect A, B, C. I think that we need to establish contracts that provide parental rights before birth, because currently the current situation in America is that a pregnant woman can kidnap her children at birth and make false allegations about the man, and the man may never see his baby.
That's actually that's actually a really interesting and compelling idea. Would you accept into that idea if say like the mother were to abuse specific substances that could cause irreparable physiological damage to the fetus?
Oh yeah, definitely. In super marriages, it would be a contract where you can add stuff. So it's a civil contract, but it would have more force than current marriages, which we've destroyed in our society. It used to be that the religions were providing the kind of environment in which you would expect the woman to act and the man to act. But since we've gotten rid of religion and we've replaced it with these ridiculous courts that we have, which essentially hold people to no obligations at all, especially not women, we need to have a higher level of expectations between one another and be able to integrate this into a contract.
Well, I gotta say, like, I know for the sake of this episode, you and I are supposed to like hate each other and whatnot, but that's actually a really good fucking idea, dude. That's actually
it's a shit idea. There's already a contract. The contract is once you fucking come in a woman, it's in her body, and you have to deal with it in her body. It's in her fucking body. That's the contract we live by. Holy shit! Quit trying to steal the woman's womb.
Thank you, Billy. Let's get back to being ridiculous. Let's do this. Let's go.
All right. So, what was the other point you guys were going to argue? I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to Jeff about the liberty of vaccinating and not vaccinating.
Sure, yes.
There's a tendency that's very grave in what Jeff has been saying within the last few weeks in his videos, which is this idea that you could punish young children for not vaccinating by cutting them access to public schools. And to me, it's always been a form of extortion when you say, okay, you have the medical liberty to do XYZ, but if you do XYZ, we're going to cut you other services that we're forcing you to pay for anyway. And so I wanted to stand against this and say, Jeff, you used to be a kind of you used to be about liberty and consent. One of your first video on your YouTube channel was about circumcision, and you were bringing those baby cries, and you were saying, look, this is not a baby that's consenting, and you were talking about consent. What about a family, a parent, and a child who decide to not get a vaccine? How can you tell these people, I'm going to cut you from the school, I'm going to deprive you of your current friends, and you're going to have to change place just because I don't agree with your medical decision? That's not freedom.
That is a fantastic question. There's a fantastic question. And that's a really good question. Something that I myself have thought about a lot, quite a lot. So the basic fundamental of it comes down to this. The difference in those arguments is very, very simple. When it comes to circumcision, we're talking about the choice of bodily autonomy for a human being. A young baby, a young child, cannot consent that they want to have their genitals mutilated. So by that metric, I do believe that you have to wait until the child is of a cognizant age.
Anti-Semite.
Anti-Semite. A cognizant age in which they can actually make the decision. A cognizant age to decide whether or not they want to be circumcised or not. But when it comes to vaccines, the reason why we do not allow unvaccinated on the purpose of religion to go to public schools is for one basic salient fact. There are children who can't be vaccinated. They have weakened immune systems. They have genetic predispositions, so they cannot have these life-saving vaccines given to them. So we require that the only children that are around them are vaccinated. That protects them through herd immunity so that they will not get something that will probably fucking kill them. The thing is, the science on vaccines is done. It is done. Now, we can always revisit it, and we can always tackle the science of vaccines to say, hey, I have compelling evidence that we have doubt on the science of vaccines and we have to pay attention to it. Absolutely. But as it stands right now, there is a consensus that vaccines are safe the vast majority of the time. There are rare cases, maybe 1 in a million, 1 in 2 million, where because of a genetic predisposition, a kid might get really harmed because of a vaccine, and that is unfortunate. And that's why I believe we need to have more money put into funding genomic testing to make sure that all kids who might have that reaction, that bad reaction to a vaccine, don't get vaccinated. That's the whole idea behind it. But for religious purposes, I don't feel like my God is okay with my kid getting vaccinated. That's not a good enough reason your kid could get homeschooled. I'm sorry. Or you can go to the sick school where everybody can get measles together or whatever. Like
the problem is you're not entitled to make that choice, to make that call that the 1 in a million chance is not worth not taking the vaccines. And you cannot invade people's liberty with knowledge and with the state. It doesn't matter if they don't have the right reasons. If they don't want to get vaccinated, you should protect their liberty to choose that.
Well, they have the liberty to choose. They don't have to vaccinate their kids. They absolutely don't have to vaccinate their kids. Nobody's forcing any vaccine on
you afford them this liberty, but then you deprive them of other liberties if they make that choice. Right. That's the problem, I think.
What liberty are they deprived of, though?
Well, you're telling them that they won't go to public schools anymore.
Yeah, well, that's not a liberty. That's a privilege.
Well, it's a liberty to dispose of your own money. And by taking their money and funding public schools, you're kind of extorting that money and say, oh, I'm going to keep that money. I'm going to fund public schools, and I'm not going to let you a way out of this. You're going to make your choice at the medical level. And once I get the result of your choice, I will either detain that money for public schools or I will release it to you if you made what I think you should make.
Then I have the perfect answer to that. Anybody who decides that they're not going to vaccinate their kid and instead homeschool their kid because the kid cannot go to a public school, well, then they get a little bit of a very small, because it's not a lot of their tax money. It's a very, very small amount. They get a small tax break that their money is not going to go to the public schools because they're not utilizing it. But otherwise, they can just take their fucking disease-ridden kids over there, so they're not going to put at risk these very unfortunate little children who, and keep in mind, these kids who can't get vaccinated, it's no fault of their own. This is the genetic fucking lottery. These are very weak, fragile little fucking babies who are at risk because of people's misconceptions on vaccines. They're wingnut ideas that they got from fucking Facebook, and they decide, well, I'm not going to vaccinate my fucking kids. That could lead to somebody who doesn't even have the choice to vaccinate, that their little baby could die. Now, if you're asking, that seems a little hyperbolic. That seems like maybe that's kind of blowing things out of proportion. Keep in mind, we have case studies, multiple case studies of innocent, tiny little fucking kids who could not be vaccinated, who did die from easily preventable diseases being contracted from kids because their parents got the wingnut fucking idea from Facebook that they shouldn't vaccinate, and their kids got sick, and they gave that sickness to the kids who could not be vaccinated, and those kids fucking died.
I mean, you have to have, I think, reasonable precautions about spreading disease. I mean, if someone is an active carrier of a dangerous disease, you have to at some point say, hey, this is not a good idea to have these kids in school. I mean, at the same time, Jeff, imagine if a child had measles. We wouldn't say, well, they should have a right to go to school even though they have the disease because we're going to deprive them of liberty. There has to be a certain point, I would say, that you have to say, well, what is the risk versus the reward here? What are we gaining and what is someone losing? I mean, that always has to be balanced. It can't just be 100%. Well, we can never deal with someone's rights in that sense. I understand where you're coming from when you're saying I don't feel it's fair because someone's making this medical decision, a personal decision, that they should be deprived of this, especially with nothing, like there's no disease present. They just choose not to do that. I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's hard to weigh out those two things.
To Scotty, I will say what I was taking issue with would be to reject the person who doesn't have the disease but doesn't get the vaccine. It would be like violating the presumption of innocence by just by the mere statistical possibility that you may have the disease, even if you don't show signs of it. We're going to keep you out of school.
Out that there's these diseases that have pretty much been eradicated are on the rise again. I mean, I'm not saying there's a correlation between those two things. I can't prove that, but
yeah,
what I am
saying is not enough. A correlation is not enough, and a statistical link
well, yeah,
is not
but
enough
also,
to
JF, you have
impede
to
on the
admit that
rights
you
of
have
an
to
individual.
investigate more. I don't think you have
That's
the answer either, JF. I don't think you're entirely correct in your assumptions. I think that we have to really look at the evidence and where it's at bearing out, and I think it needs more study.
And we put them in a bubble.
We have to look into why this is
being
occurring.
said, I wanted to address Jeff Holiday. Jeff, you just offered a opt-out of the state, and I fully agree with you, and I think we just reached an agreement. If there is opting out, I'm totally fine with it.
And the thing that comes down to it is, you have to make the distinction is this a privilege or is this an infringement upon rights? That's really where it comes down to, and we have to make the decision of what the cost of a child's life is. Is the cost of a child's life worth some kids having to be homeschooled? I'm very comfortable with that. To keep a kid from dying, other kids, because of their parents' fucking beliefs, might have to keep those kids in homeschool. I am very comfortable with that. I am extremely comfortable with that. There is no problem in my soul whatsoever. My politics do not allow me to be incensed because some kids might have to go to homeschool to protect the life of somebody who is very fragile. I don't have a problem with that.
Should the government help fund their decision by giving them the funds necessary to homeschool?
I understand the problem when it comes to the notion of liberty.
No.
I understand that concept.
No.
I absolutely understand the concept. But when you're asking me, I'm not even listening to you, Joe.
I wouldn't either if I were you.
I'm gonna dump the biggest load in your asshole later. But look,
empty threat.
I'm coming in November, baby. I'm coming.
I'll tell you what.
But no, I think that it's a good conversation. It's a good conversation.
We're gonna move on, but I'll tell you what, Jeff. Joe has a mean chokehold. All right, motherfucker.
I don't even
put
know
me
what
in
he
a
was saying. I
choke.
wasn't listening to him.
Yeah.
He said he wishes you would have been anti-vaxxed.
Really? Why?
So you die in fucking homeschool, loser. I don't know. I didn't hear what he said.
So what was your question before we move on?
Just as part of that, should they be eligible for some sort of funding for the homeschool? Because they can't work if they're going to homeschool their kids, right?
Well, don't the schools get a certain amount for every child that goes to the school? That's how they get paid. That's why they have truancy laws, so they can make money off the kids.
Right.
Do homeschools not collect that money if they fucking school the kids? Because I feel like that each child gets a little...
They have to fund it themselves, don't they?
I'm not sure about that either. Like, is there actual programs that provide the funding for homeschooling for other kids? Like, I don't know. I don't really know.
I can see why you ignored me,
There's
idiot.
not much. Trump has been talking about it in his campaign, but there's not much. You're pretty much on your own.
Yeah, no, that's something that'd be interesting to explore for sure. That's interesting.
I say we just fucking put a bullet in the back of these little unfucking circumcised, unvaccinated kids' heads. Dump them in the fucking pile of piss bottles and old newspapers.
Jesus Christ, Billy, you're so woke. You're no longer woke. You're well slept, man.
How's it going, guys? It's Xbox J here.
I thought this was JF until he talked.
So I just want to go ahead and make this video for people that think I went soft,
I think we might have
for
found
people that think that
I'm seeing a lot of shit in this room.
Yeah, look at this shit.
I like the fucking Ninja Turtle just kicking it in his dirty drawers.
I'm seeing a childhood regression. I'm seeing a shirtless fat dude. I'm thinking fucking piss bottles. I think we found the source of the problem.
I'd see like future fiance for Christine Chandler right here.
There's like a yellowish cup to the left.
Oh, that's a pitcher, dude. That's a piss pitcher.
lost my edge. It's simply this. I don't claim to be the most intelligent person in the world by any measure, okay? And I want to make that clear. But I am very real, especially for a white dude. I keeps it real, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, I hate white
Southside
people.
had to throw
Why
that
don't you
in
fucking
there.
really clean your goddamn fucking room, dude, and fucking fold some goddamn clothes? I'm sorry, this is just a fucking pet peeve, but I fucking hate when someone has an overflowing fucking dresser and a bunch of shit and a fucking piss cup because he was too fucking lazy to take a goddamn fucking piss on the toilet like my fucking goddamn brother. Like, the only thing he has that's fucking clean is he has these two fucking action figures that, like, that's his point of fucking pride. It's like everything else in his room is a fucking disaster. He has these two little guys. He's probably polishing. Like, you guys have to be nice and clean.
Yeah, it's Leonardo in Rocksteady.
Is it Rocksteady? I thought that was the bully from Arthur.
He has a disassembled drum set, just kind of like in the back.
I kind kind of want to play figures with this dude. I want to play action figures with this guy. Get on his floor.
I keep it real, man. I'm a very genuine, real person. And the truth is, there's a lot of fake people on YouTube. There's a lot of idiots. And
all right, bitch tits.
My journey on YouTube has put a lot of stress on me.
Fucking edginess. Look, yeah, there's a lot of fucking phonies out there in the world. You can't keep it real, but hey, man, you look no further than me as a white boy, man. I'll tell you what, a lot of white boys don't keep it real, but I keep it real.
A lot of white boys don't have Pluto stuffed animals on their floor. I keep it real.
Not so much because of the hate I get, but because I realized that YouTube showed me the world is full of stupid people.
Is this guy a mattress eater too? Like his bed? I think he's that.
He fucks that mattress, dude.
It's all ripped up and shit. Does he fucking eat his mattress? Is he one of those
eats
like
it, and then he fucks
TLC
the area he ate.
show people?
It looks like he has like that foamy shit on top of his regular mattress.
I think he's a little hungry.
Yeah, he's got springs exposed down there.
Yeah,
he is on some shit. He maybe he's just stacking away cash in his bed.
The
he's
whole
baller as
room,
fuck.
the whole room is a sty except for the cars. Look at that.
Oh, he
Look
does
at that
have his
on
cars
door.
set up really well
They're
too.
really well set up. What is that?
On the dresser?
And his action figures, like he takes pride in that. Everything else, like he's eating his mattress. His fucking drum set is disassembled to have more space for his fucking junk.
This guy would have benefited from Asperger's.
The world is full of fake, shallow human filth. Just
it's just in my bedroom.
Direction. That's what YouTube has shown me more than anything, man. I mean, I'm telling you guys more.
Well, I'll tell you what, broken clock, you know.
For real. A tick-tock, clean your fucking room, get off the internet, you dumb son of a bitch, with your puka shell Christian cross on your neck.
More
Fuck
than
you!
anything, that's what it showed me.
Getting ready to make that piss.
So I will admit,
the piss factory is open.
it's made me somewhat jaded.
We already saw how this story ended.
Really sad. I mean, it makes me sad to see that's how humanity fucking is. Excuse me. Sorry.
Did he just fart on...
Just let one rip.
This guy is...
I guess he is the realest nigga in the room.
The definition of man-child.
Anyways, what was I rambling about?
He made a poopy in mid-sentence. Holy shit.
Makes me sad to see that's how humanity fucking
Makes me sad humanity won't just rip one.
Hold on.
Excuse me. Sorry, I let one out there. But seriously though,
and he brings his end to his butt before he farts.
It's his fucking A game, Jay. That's what he fucking does. Every day 365.
If anybody watches this channel and can go through his archives to see if he has any videos ranting about why women are terrible and won't date him, send that one in for another episode. I want to see that shit because this guy's a fucking...
That's why I stopped
case.
reading a lot of trolls too. It's just, they're depressing. The people...
Does that mean you stopped eating? Just wondering.
You fucking
who troll me are depressing. And more so than anything, guys, like I'm telling you this, I just feel sorry for them. I'm sorry that they're so stupid and that they lack enough substance to even understand me, you know, to understand who I am, what I'm about.
Why would anyone take the fucking time? I mean, if you're being genuine, just look at you. You're someone like if I saw your video, like suggested video, which I don't know why the fuck YouTube would suggest you. But let's say it did for the sake of argument, and I saw your video, I would really.
You watch a lot of hoarders videos.
Let's go on to something else. Let's go to watch fucking people fucking bust their ass or fucking fall or break their fucking neck. Not this fucking fat schlub.
Or to even want to understand me. I get the most stupid, immature hate. You know, stuff that like a fucking third grader would say, you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, you know, you pedophile.
A third grader or anybody with eyesight.
That shit doesn't bother me because I'm not a kindergarten, you know, I'm a full-grown adult.
Let's be honest.
And shit like that should not bother.
I'm a grown-ass man with a full collection of RC cars and Ninja Turtle action figures that I stand up tall and proud.
But really,
Let's
it's
be
just...
honest here, dude. Billy, when you go to sleep at night, I know what you're dreaming of. You're dreaming of fucking food. Jeff's probably dreaming of like pussy or beer or booze or something, or fucking like, damn, I'm doing fucking cocaine on hooker's ass.
Jeff's dreaming of winning debates.
But if this guy goes to sleep, he's all like, did I polish my cars again? They looked really good in my last video. I had a good day. Well,
It makes me fucking sad.
And I take offense to that statement, Scotty. I don't go to sleep thinking of food. I go to sleep too full to think of food. All right, I've already eaten my fair share, and I'm going to bed.
You know what? But Billy, my counterpoint is that you're still thinking about that food. You're like, damn, I ate too much, man. How many of those fucking burgers did I
Fuck.
tear up? Fuck, dude, that was good.
Man,
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
I've seen TJ like eat like 3 bowls of cereal and not even sit down to do it. and it sounds like he's drinking it, like he's not even chewing it. He's just like, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
He's part Andre the Giant, dude. He can't take time to sit down while eating his 4 bowls. He's a big dude. He
It
needs
makes
his
me
food.
want to pull my hair out because this is what humanity has become. We're living in a world, guys, of cucks, of man children.
Fuck you.
All right.
No, he called somebody else a man child.
This is a troll, right?
This has to be. I'm the realest dude, you know.
And him talking about
This is either a troll or the most woke alt-writer I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, the room don't lie. I'm just gonna say that room don't fucking lie there, because I mean, you can't. I doubt he would go through that much trouble. So even if he is a troll, this room is just like no.
What
dude.
if this is like his little brother's room or something? You know what I mean? Like
This is the kind of guy who has an. This is the kind of guy who is like has like an Asuka avatar on his Twitter. Honestly, it really
Look
is.
at this guy's hair. Just
His
look at
little
the shit
brother's
around
bed
him,
would be
like,
made.
You can't fake some of that. I mean, he might be
Yeah.
trolling a little bit, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe trolling a bit, but not really so much as he thinks.
That fart was real.
That part was very real. Yeah. Fart realism.
So next we have Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty saying that AIDS is God's judgment for perversion.
God.
Then why doesn't Joe have AIDS?
It's
Condoms.
We're seeing a slew of women all over the country coming forward with
slew.
sexual harassment claims against people like Harvey Weinstein, now journalists, politicians, people who are in the public eye. Your thought on whether this might change?
Why do you give a fuck? I don't even know what program this is. I don't even think it's real news. I think it's some bullshit.
I just don't like the way they have misconstrued the word sexual harassment. In my day, we called it foreplay. Without sexual harassment, I wouldn't have 4 sons and 28 grandkids.
Well, Ben, you also have to remember like, these Christian programs, like it's kind of like the spread of like I would say like the social media news, like you know, like more like the new media, where it's like these Christians like, wait a minute, we can just fucking put up a nice set, which we've got from begging people to give us our tax-free fucking money, then interview people like it's a serious interview.
Why do I
Or is
look like
the
a
way
beardless
this is
Duck
being
Dynasty grandpa?
approached going to just lead to a different manifestation of it?
Well, you have to ask your question. You have to say, folks, can you believe it? There's rank sexual immorality and perversion coming out of all places. Are y'all ready? Hollywood,
I'm
California.
fucking ready, dude. Let this shit
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
roll.
into it. Let's do it. Let's get sexually perverse.
Is this a stunner or what?
No.
Look, all you have to do is look at the sexually transmitted disease rate.
Mm-hmm.
Center for Disease Control. You want to argue with me? We'll look up the Center for Disease Control. I know their stats. I check them from time to time.
He checks them from time to time.
That their Google machine.
This
Believe
guy,
you me.
this guy whose business it is to make duck calls for duck hunters, he just happens to glance at the Center for Disease Control from time to time. You know.
I love the before and after.
My live reading before I go to bed. You know, just look up that.
There's only one. I'll tell you, Jeff. There's only one book that matters, though, and every hotel in America's got it: the Holy Bible.
The Holy Bible and a phone book.
110
You better call
million,
somebody.
To answer your question, 110 million Americans at any given time have a sexually transmitted disease.
He said sexy
Worldwide,
transmitted.
Almost
Sexy trans.
40 million, 35 to 40 million individuals are now deceased because of AIDS that's caused by perversion, that behavior. I'm not making this up. You say it's dangerous to your health. Well, yeah. So to answer your question, just look at the sexually
You guys know
transmitted
what the
disease.
most effective form to fight STDs is? Abstinence. Yay! I'm not going to practice it. Sorry.
There's nothing that this guy said which is wrong, by the way. This is just a conservative looking at the current world and complaining against sexual promiscuity.
Is promiscuity. You have to only have sex with the retarded girls. Because they cannot get diseases. The lack of chromosome means they cannot pick up the STD AIDS or anal gonorrhea.
He's ready and say, you know what? This is really, they receive in themselves the due penalty for their perversion. You say.
So you agree with that, right, JF?
I don't agree with him because I don't believe in God, but I think that this kind of message is missing in our society and calls to less promiscuity. To me, is not bad. I think it would be fine if we have a conservative discourse, even non-religious one, and I think I'm one of them in a way, where I say to people, yeah, living a promiscuous life is not necessarily the best way to live your life, and there might be other things than sex that you might want to build your life around. And to me, I don't object to this discourse. I just disagree with the fact of the existence of God.
Well,
do you know how good it is to fuck,
his
though?
basis of authority to make his arguments, because I mean, ultimately, it's going to go, well, God created us, so we have to do this. I understand where you're coming from, saying that sexual promiscuity does. I mean, obviously, there is a rise in STDs. There's no denying it, and ones that are resistant to medical treatment, like gonorrhea and syphilis and other things. So I understand that, but I take issue with Phil Robertson because I know what kind of argument he's going to make and where he's going to make it from, but not necessarily the message of it. Yeah, I mean, there's things I can agree with there.
Yeah, Hollywood definitely is full of sin.
Getting it right, but with the wrong methods.
Someone in the chat just said, you cannot get the STDs from licking the legs.
That is not true. You can get herpes.
Yeah,
herpes.
That's true. You could get herpes.
It really is physiologically debilitating. So I think, hopefully, the Weinstein thing, everyone needs to remember, he can be forgiven. We all can.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're in a trap that they can't get out of. Right?
Wasn't he charged with like molesting before too? Wasn't
him? No,
I swear one of these guys from Duck Dynasty were on that shit.
He wasn't.
Okay,
I don't think it was him though. I think it was someone he was like in his like.
He can be forgiven. We've forgiven our nephew Cletus for fucking our niece Geraldine.
Most of the guys on Duck Dynasty aren't even really rednecks.
Oh yeah, the before pictures where they all look like they worked at Wall Street or something.
Yeah, well, they all grew up rich because of him, because
Yeah.
he had an invention that made them millions. So, and then they had the reality show.
Remind people, sin's a problem. And I mean, it can really cause you some physical debilitating diseases
Yeah,
while you're
destroy
here.
your life.
So sin's a problem, and physical death comes to us all. We are all going 6 feet deep in a hole, as surely as I'm sitting
Not all.
here.
I'll be cremated, you
Or-
dumb son of a bitch.
Or cremated and scattered out of
got me.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Jesus
Phil
comes
got you. He
down.
sniped you.
Glutton.
removes our sin, guarantees we can be raised from the dead by his resurrection.
Guarantees.
So I tell people that, and I say,
Sign me up
listen,
that I guarantee I can become a
If you have
zombie.
a better story, what is it? Tell it to me, please. I want to hear it.
All right. Next one we've got here is airline panic attack.
Uh-oh.
Shoot me! Shoot me! Shoot me! Yeah, I know you're going to shoot me now! Yeah, I'm going to be dying! I'm going to be dying today! I'm going to die! Yeah, I'm going to die! I'm going to die! Help me! Help me! Help me!
Some Hadavan. It sucks that the brown guy is having the panic attack. There's probably like 84 people on this plane that think it's a fucking terrorist attack. He's just having a damn panic attack. Poor guy.
Poor bastard.
Don't hold his
I'm
arms
going to
like
die today! I know! I'm going to die!
This is how 9/11 actually started.
I'm going to die! Allah Akbar!
Oh, this sucks. I feel bad for this dude. Do you guys have a problem flying? Anybody here have a problem with flying?
No, not at all.
I don't either, but like...
That would suck, dude. To be on a plane, because you know what? The knowledge of that is that you're just fucked, because you know you're not going anywhere. I mean, like... oh man, I was thinking about being like a 10-hour flight and having this panic attack. Like that'd be awful. It'd be like 10 hours of just fucking torture.
If there's nowhere for you to go, it doesn't matter like how freaked out you are. Like it's not like they could just like stop. They can't stop. They can't
Well,
let
let's
you
say-
off.
Well,
You
they
just get
can't
to
if,
freak
like,
out.
if he goes like, I have a bomb, then they'll fucking stop.
Do you guys ever have panic attacks? I have
Unless
a bomb.
you're going across the fucking Pacific or some shit, they're like, no.
Oh yeah,
no."
if he was doing that, yeah, you'd be fucked. You're just like, well, you're gonna get arrested wherever you're going over there, but that's about it.
You could hog tie him, I guess. Lock him in the bathroom. They do
have
that to
corpse
people
closets on
sometimes.
planes. They could put him in there. Just put him in there. A small confined space will help at this.
Oh God, do you guys have actual anxiety issues and stuff, or like, have you ever been through this before?
Oh yeah, dude. I've had fucking horrible fucking panic attacks because like I ingested enough weed to fucking just make me lose my fucking mind, dude.
I had a panic attack because of an overdose of 2CE. That was pretty gnarly.
Oh Jesus, 2CE.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine that nearly died taking that drug.
Dude, that is a fucked up. I will say it right now. Do not ever take 2CE.
Yeah,
that was
don't fucking take it.
fucked up experience, dude. I had to like lay in this fucking RV at Burning Man for like 12 hours trying to keep my shit
That sucks.
I tried to go and poop in the fucking porta potty, and there was
Some
like
guy stuck his dick in your butt.
No. There was like black slugs like climbing in the walls and shit. I was tripping the fuck out. It was awful. It's the worst thing ever. It's terrible. And the whole time I was handcuffed to my buddy because we knew we were gonna like take way too many drugs. So the whole time I'm trying to like take a shit in this porta potty, my arm is like sticking this way outside the door because my buddy was handcuffed to me. It was fucked up. It's a horrible experience.
He should have jerked you
It would
off.
have been fucking crazy if you woken up and just like you found a severed hand. It's like I don't know what happened.
That's Burning Man, man. What happens at Burning Man stays at
That's what
Burning
I'm
Man.
saying, dude. It could have. It was Burning Man. It could have happened, dude.
Yeah.
It could have happened.
Fucked
I'm going today.
I died now.
I'm going today. Yeah, I'm
This is
going
the fucking,
today.
you know what though? I kind of feel like he's getting this come up. It's the same guy that's fucking called me with a million fucking IRS scams. So you know what? Fuck this dude. He kind of deserves his panic attack.
But what if this is another scam and he's just trying to get United to slap him around so he gets a fucking $4 million settlement?
We have to do that on the ground. Yeah, see, that's your time to do that. Just be like, I refuse to get off plane.
True.
Help me! Help me! Help me! You're going to shoot me now!
Even if this dude wanted to open the door of an airplane, there's no way he could. There's too much pressure, dude. Like you're stuck on this plane, no matter what the
Poor
fuck.
guy, man.
Yeah, no, this is pretty sucks. I don't know. I don't know what I would do in this situation if I was sitting next to him. Even I'd probably start slapping him or something. I don't know if that helps.
Shots, dude. I buy him enough shots until he passed the fuck out drunk.
Put my dick in his mouth.
That's a good idea, Joe. That's a good idea. So not only can he
quiet,
freak
though.
out, not only can he freak out, he can also have AIDS. Good idea, Joe.
Anybody hurt? Yeah, yeah. Hit me.
What is he saying? Eat me?
Whoa, he's into some kinky. She's like, hit me. Maybe this is his S&M fantasy. Like he wants to get hit, so he's like, he's gonna have fake a panic attack to get beat up.
That's actually kind of hot.
He wants to be beat by average-looking white men. He's like, that's his fucking thing. He's like, I will get on the flight. I will be near these white men. They will beat me.
Slap me around, Grandpa.
It's interesting. He hasn't reverted to speaking his native language, even though he's
from
fearing
Detroit,
for his
you
life.
fucking asshole.
Dude, whoa, man. That's fucking
Wow.
racist, bro.
Wow.
Clearly
Wow.
not,
Joe.
though, based on his
Joe.
impression, right?
Wow.
That's interesting to know.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
That's arrogant, Joe.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the final Streamlabs segment of the show, and then we're going to wrap this shit up. Let's see. I'm going to turn it on in just a second here.
Right, he is having a panic attack, episode 500.
Everybody make fun of me for misunderstanding Niger from Nigeria, please, by all means.
Okay, I'll start. Jeff, how the fuck could you not realize that there's a difference between Nigeria and Nigeria?
Gosh,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Stupid fuck.
Shame on you.
Well, I will explain that very simply. It was an extremely boring fucking news segment, and I just kind of zoned out, and I was like, I have something to say, I guess, because it's boring.
I thought it was the boring segment was the debate segment of the show. Waka waka waka.
Take my
Nice.
goddamn money.
Took my goddamn fucking money. I like Ian.
Take my schmeckles, Ian.
Schmeckles? Are those penises?
Schmeckles.
Shekels and schmeckles? Schmeckles are penises. Shekels are cash, right?
Yeah.
Schmeckles.
Take my schmeckle.
Take my schmeckles.
If you don't want to get vaccines and pay taxes, you're free to move to a deserted island. You either accept the benefits of the safety bubble of organized society and pay what you owe, or get lost.
Or get an actual safety bubble. Bubble boy is a real thing. Live in a bubble.
That's a typical colonialist argument. It's that you just can't impose what your desire of society is to the people who just happen to live there. You've not obtained their consent, so you should not build stuff around them against their consent.
Dreamy.
Joe is basically the dreamiest man I've seen. I would pay to lick his legs.
Tim Dick.
Wow.
Dreamy.
Nice.
Will
I
you
don't
accept
have
the
to
leg
pay.
licking?
He pays me to regularly dump my loads into his mouth. So I mean, it's fine.
Episode 500. Joe's getting his legs licked.
Deal.
And by the way, episode 420 is going to be the bigger episode. This is just a regular one that we decided to do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Billy, best mother of the year.
Love that live leak. Also, their online homeschool programs, and they send you a laptop to do the work. Thank you, Jasmine. I'm going to get a diploma. Rip. Troll. Not a troll. I'm kind of sad there was no lesbian slam poetry. He's like, how else?
Lesbian slam poetry?
Is that what it's called?
Feminist slam
Oh,
poetry.
my bad.
Lesbian slam poetry. No, it's fine, Billy. We see
My
your
bad.
fucking prejudice come out. Your biases
Hey,
come out, Billy. It's okay.
Hey, I want to tell you, I've had my gender.
Someone said they're having breakfast. What should he have, bourbon or beer?
Bourbon for breakfast, dude.
Bourbon, dude.
Yeah,
unless
bourbon.
it's like a Heine, or no, what's the Guinness? Guinness is like a breakfast toast. But otherwise,
if you've been drinking the whole night, you need to go for Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary is going to be the best breakfast you'll ever have, automatically.
Complete meal. It's a complete meal.
Complete meal, especially if it's like a good place that has like bacon in the Bloody Mary. Oh.
or a cheeseburger.
Am I the only one who thinks that Joe sounds like Randall from Clerks? Also, when are you guys going to get Wizard of Cause on the same time as Jeff, Drunken Saints? Also, she's retarded. She's retarded. Oh,
that was a video. That was a video that I watched last night on my stream. The police were arresting this woman on a bus, and the guy that was with her just kept telling him, "She's retarded. She's retarded. She's retarded." Trying to like get them to leave her alone because she's retarded.
And Jeff's like, "Hey, I'll take care of her. Don't worry."
Had a shitty day until I tuned in and saw that my favorite people are, oh yes, especially you, Jeff. Anyway, keep rocking, dudes.
Thank you.
Squid.
Keep on
Nice of your mom to write in.
Yeah, you guys should rock with my co-host more often. Nick is pretty amazing.
Yeah, we had him on once, so yeah, we can work something.
I think the guy on the plane tried to scam me.
Scammer.
Oh, you mean calling you and ask you if you needed tech support?
I think he probably did. Como Freak, I'm sorry he did that to you. So, his panic attack, let's come uppins.
There are so many great videos of people like fucking with those people that cold call them. Trying to
IRS.
Yeah.
Stanford Benet, the cornerstone of IQ. Oh, shit.
Was developed as a means to detect
I
low
don't
intelligence
think-
in children.
I don't think Jeff is patronizing me.
I don't feel like I'm patronizing JF either. I do not discredit the idea that JF is intelligent. I do think JF is intelligent. Absolutely. My criticism of JF is specifically about his approach. That's it.
He's a fucking demon. A fucking demon. He plays goblin, dude. It's close enough. You're a goblin or a demon. I don't know. You're something.
By the way,
it's weird. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm really not comfortable. I hate the idea of like tone policing somebody. I think that's very uncomfortable for me. I'm not.
I want to remind everyone that on Monday we have Dick Masterson coming on. So
fucking dude, yeah, cool. He just didn't he just lose his he just lost his Twitter, didn't he?
Yeah, his Twitter. So this will probably be the first interview he does since he lost his fucking Twitter.
Sorry about that, President of South.
Yeah, that sucks. Cut off my fingertip at work and failed a piss test. So you guys are helping distract me from the pain. Also, welcome back, JF, Jeff, and other guy.
Oh, that sucks. You get injured and then they piss test you and you fail.
Oh, well, you know why? Because workman's comp. Basically, what happens if any smart business will do this? If you get injured on the job, you have to fucking pee in a cup.
Other
Because that, then workman's comp doesn't pay. He failed the piss test. They ain't paying. Sorry, dude.
Hey, Tom Anthony Riddle, thank you for that. I'm glad that it made your day, and I'll tell you a secret. I remember that Snapchat very well, and I fapped to it.
If we can get at least one single $100 Streamlabs, I will take off my belt and beat the fuck out of Joe with it.
Yeah, please.
Deal.
No, dude. Just do
Deal.
this shit.
All right.
Hey, 2902. Favorite Black Sabbath
Paranoid.
albums?
Oh, favorite Black
1971.
I think Jay-Z's Black Album.
Oh yeah, if you guys name a movie, Joe will name the year that the movie came out.
Yeah, it's an uncanny ability he has that he got because he wasn't hot until he was 14 years old. So as a little 12-year-old, he was ugly and lonely.
Yeah, fuck. What's my favorite Black Sabbath album?
The Caesars are superior to Bloody Marys.
Sounds like a Canadian to me because that's a Canadian drink.
A Caesar? Yeah, I'm like, I'd never had a Caesar, I don't think.
Handle to Kaiser. No,
They're kind
I'm
of like
thinking
Bloody Marys.
I've had a Bloody Mary.
Sabbath.
I've had a Bloody Mary with a cheeseburger in it, like it's just sticking out of the fucking
really?
top.
Someone
Yeah,
said,
it was great. If you come back to Seattle, you got to get there.
Someone said
We'll go.
favorite Black Sabbath albums.
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
That's the one we were talking
Jeff
about.
took the DMT, turned me into a great
Oh, really?
gay
Oh, I must have
frog.
missed that one.
Jeff took the DMT. I like my Black Sabbath is whatever Iron Man was on because this is my favorite Black Sabbath song. It's cute.
I have taken a lot of DMT in my life. A lot of DMT.
I've never taken
Isn't Zach Wild in Black Sabbath now?
Took the
The
No,
drummer?
he's Ozzy Osbourne's guitar player.
Yeah, Zach Wild almost beat me up one night. I probably would have whooped his ass, but
he's old.
Ben, you've never taken DMT?
No, I've never taken it. I don't really want to.
Okay.
Ben didn't take the DMT.
I mean, if you're going to say that, that's fine. I was going to say next time I come up to Seattle and be like an in-studio guest, I could probably like...
Yeah, and then during the show, I'm gonna be like journeying to another plane of existence.
Episode 420 should have everybody on it, and everybody should take a different drug.
We wouldn't be able to do it.
We did an acid episode. We did
Everybody should take a different drug.
We all took acid.
It was on Halloween, yeah.
Bernie Sanders, that's uncouth of you to say. You're just mad you lost to Bernie. Trump is the real.
Trump is very high IQ, by the way.
Why do you think that?
Are you serious?
Why do you think that?
No, that's a fact. He
Why?
passes
How's it
very
a fact?
high on the IQ test.
Thank you.
Who said that? Trump?
I'm the best at IQ tests.
Look,
I'm terrific.
Then what are his motor skills? What's holding him back?
Let's go is huge.
I feel like Trump's somebody who's never got past level 3 in Tetris.
I'm glad that we took that LSD like at the beginning of the show because by the end, at least by the end of the show, I didn't know what was going on. But like I was coherent through most of it. But like towards the end, I didn't even know if what I was saying was making sense or if any of them were making sense. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's
a Halloween episode.
Yeah, it was last year.
I had to leave
on
one of our
Halloween.
meetups because I ate an after because I ate so many truffles. Like was like people's faces were melting and I'm like, I gotta go, man.
A
I'm like,
blue triangle.
I was like sweating and confused. I'm like, I gotta leave, guys. I gotta leave. And everyone's like, okay, man. I guess you can leave your own meetup. All right. Oh, shit.
Oh! Dun dun dun!
Beat him! It's gotta happen. Beat
It's
his ass.
Okay, Joe, you can't pull you can't pull your butt out. You can't pull your butt out, Joe. You can't pull your butt out on camera.
Stick it out.
Pull out your bottom.
Don't pull your bottom out on camera. Dick in pants, you psycho.
All right. So how many? Like 2?
I'm gonna watch this later and just masturbate furiously.
Bend down a little bit, Joey. No,
Smack his
ass up. Face down, ass up.
10 lashes.
Ass up,
Take it,
Joey.
you fucking cuck.
All right, one more.
2.
Yeah.
You should get him with one more, but cup it up into his nutsack. Yeah, third time the charm. Yeah, cup it up into his nutsack.
Smell the piss out of that piece of shit.
All right.
I think a third one is for good measure.
If we get another $100 one, I'll do it. Look at. Do you need some ice? There's ice.
I'll tell you, if someone donates $137, if someone donates $137.47, I'll let Ben double stomp my dick. What? I'm into that. You're doing it, Ben. You're doing it, Ben. You're doing it.
Billy has fucking balls of steel. He doesn't get
Yes. You're doing it, Ben. You're gonna jump on my dick. You're jumping on my dick, Ben Daddy. Peace and love. Waka waka. Hell yeah.
So was that like really hard?
My dick moved.
Dude, every time Joe comes to the studio, he's like, I have to take a shower. I'm like, no, why do you have to take a shower? And then he gets naked and walks around fucking naked.
He does.
Jeff, I wish I could laugh like you, but I'm depressed. Here are some digital banknotes. Long live DP. You just have to find something about the absurdity of life and just let your fucking laugh. Let it loose, man. Let it loose. I went for a long time without laughing, and I finally started to laugh again. You'll find it.
You're welcome, Jeff, for that, by the way.
Yeah, so
Jeff found that with lots of drugs. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna take lots of drugs and fuck this bullshit.
Joe keeps trying to trick me into seeing his
all
dick.
the other ones.
You know what it really was though. Is
he's smiling because he knows it's true.
It's true.
For a very, very long time, I was coming off of a situation where I had abused a lot of fucking methamphetamines for a very long time. A huge part of my life, I was abusing methamphetamines.
Adderall or like the crank stuff?
Well, Adderall to a certain point, but also ephedrine pills that were like legal for a certain type.
We talking glass though? Or are you sucking the glass dick?
Oh my God! Hold on.
I never sucked the glass dick. I never sucked the glass.
Okay, never mind.
You thought it was the big number?
I thought it was again.
It wrecked my grill. So I was horribly afraid of like showing my mouth to anybody. When I finally started getting my teeth fixed, I found that I could like laugh and have my mouth open, and I was super happy about it. And so I realized that I had like 10 years of me hiding me laughing. So now when I laugh, like I laugh super hard because I have like a decade to catch up on.
Jesus, Jeff, I give you this, and it's like you fucking spin this web of like, hey, let me tell this really personal touch. I'm like, God damn it, now I look like a fucking asshole. It's like, I made this joke. Well, actually, it's a really deep personal story I'm about to tell, guys. About my struggles, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Thank you.
Now, okay, whatever.
You overcame a bunch of amphetamines, and now
I know. Well, good. Well, I'm glad you did, dude. But that's good for you. But still, you made me look bad, Jeff. You made me fucking look bad. That's not hard to do, but still.
Scotty, I couldn't make you look bad if I tried.
Oh, thank you.
I couldn't make you look bad even if I tried.
Someone renamed their car to Ben. White, round-eyed, and rockin' like what?
They were explaining you while we were explaining the car. They said you look like the car.
And you're a rock and ride.
They think you're ugly.
But you're a rock and ride.
I think you're handsome, though.
Well, thank you. Is that why you keep trying to show me your dick?
Please don't hit me again.
Joe and Ben might have to get a room later.
You have your pre-show rituals and I have mine.
I'm sitting here typing, and out of like my peripheral vision, I can see his fucking naked ass walking around, and he's laughing his ass off. Billy's laughing his ass off, like, what the fuck? And he's like, why do you have a boner?
Yeah, Joe's doing the best he can to hide his boner with one hand while he like seductively leans against the wall. The fuck, Joe?
I couldn't get the shower to work.
The shower's broken, guys. I'm all wet and all the soap's all over my body. Let me just walk around the studio now.
I'll give you a shower, Joe. Don't worry about it.
Damn.
Whoa.
We're going to have an orgy.
We are.
We're going to have an orgy.
Hey, Ben, that's
better
fun for you, dude.
No.
Hey, are we going to...
Oh, Saved by the Bell.
Can we do a pink ticket
post show?
Can we do a pink ticket with the Patreon where one lucky peasant comes and gets to be in the fucking orgy?
You get to be the lucky Pierre in this orgy. Let's give the people what they want finally. A lock in Billy's asshole.
And side by side with me and piss all over Joe.
One person gets in fucking Ben, TJ, Billy, Jeff, and my boy pussy anytime.
Yeah.
So
Damn. How much does this cost?
$1 million.
Okay. All right, fine.
I'll settle though. Out of court.
It's like, look, I'm a whore, but I'm not a cheap whore. If I get $1 million, I'm doing it. We'll do it.
Why not?
That's our offer to you people. $1 million, and we'll do it.
$250.
$250?
$250.
Oh, dude, come on, $2.50 you'd be doing.
I'll
that. Come
sleep
on,
with
let's be
any
honest.
peasant fan for $2.50. $2.50.
Hold on, what if they're slow?
Especially if they're slow.
Jack in the box fucking prostitute
Quicker,
joke.
dude. If you fucking find out
Yeah.
you're retarded, fuck, I'm busting out real quick.
If they're slow, they're gonna have to wash their money before they hand it to me. I don't want the turd boogers on my $2.50. It's fucked up.
All right.
If they're slow, I'll let JF watch.
Is it wrong if you watch retarded porn in fast motion? In fast forward?
No, it's not. If it's consensual.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, Jeff, for being on. Thanks, Scotty, Jeff, Joe, Billy. Thanks to everyone. Thanks all of you for watching. Have a
Like
good
this
night.
video, subscribe
Thanks.
to fucking DP if you haven't fucking done it already. Spotify, well, not Spotify, fucking SoundCloud, fucking iTunes, all those places you can find this fucking podcast. Thank you guys.
And for those patrons, we will see you tomorrow on the private show and the smoke sesh. Good night, everybody.
Bang, bang.